There we go. There we go, man. Back on, back on. Check, check. Mm, just finishing that up. Sorry, I got a lot of congestion. Then I'll be on to a beer, man. Crack it open. There we go. So cold. That's so cold. Oh well. Enjoy. Cheers. Yo, hobo. What's going on, my man? Nice to see you. Poppy Carl, what's going on? It's been a minute, man. It's been a minute, Poppy Carl. Hope you're enjoying yourself. Excuse me. All right, here we go. Yeah, I just finished a nice joint. What's up, Space Monkey? I don't need one for a minute. Hmm. That being said, Be Real asked for a link, and I said, hell yeah, hell yeah. What's up, Pinky? How's it going? How's it going? Cheers. I hope everybody's having a good one, man. We had a dark day. I wish it was thunderstorming right now, but it's just wind. Pretty lame. Yo, Hershey, what's going on? I won't forget your birthday, Hershey, and I won't forget tomorrow. I want to check out tomorrow, Wednesday, huh? What time is it? Give me East Coast time if you can. Otherwise, I know Texas time. Usually. What am I saying? Texas? Nah, it's East Coast time. Yeah, just give me East Coast time. I'm sorry. South. I was thinking South. So I won't miss either one. Cheers. Holy sheep shit. Oh, whoa. I gotta figure out. Oh, I gotta remember I can't see. Yo, what's up, Vince? Vince the man. How's it going, Vince? You're all VC Vince, man. I hope you're doing well, brother. Come on, Storm, come back so I can be louder. Damn. I apologize, y'all. So much congestion, too. Taylor, Central, 8 p.m. All right, all right. 9 Eastern. All right, all right. I got you. I got you. Oh, maybe, maybe. I hear the wind kicking up. I'm hopeful. Phew. Anybody got any plans? What's going on? Let me know. Hold up. All right. Trying to clear my throat, man. Sorry. Just one of those days, man. Oh, you know what? I better send this to Jimmy. Hold up. I don't think he can do it, but you know. There we go. There we go. Sorry. You're chasing the kitties around? Yeah, yeah, yeah. I heard that. Yeah. Chasing the kitties around. Yeah, I heard that. I was in the last stream, so. Yo, cheers, Bud Files. What's up? Thanks for stopping by. I hope your family's doing well, bro. It's Wendy. Hey, Wendy. Editing an Elisa Jordana video. Uh-oh. Wendy's up to it. Be a quiet listener. That's okay. Do your work, Wendy. Do your work. Yo, Miss Taro D. How you doing? It's lovely to see you. Wendy. Yo, what's going on, Warriors? How's it going, man? Yo, I thought Warriors was with a Z. Am I off? Nice to see you in CS. Thank you, Miss Taro D. I would mod you up, but we're not in YouTube, you know. I'll fix that when we are. Oh, I gotta see that. Hold on, hold on. I love a compliment, huh? Is it for me? Is it for me? Is it for me? Is it for me? Hold on. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. That's so great. I didn't know because that referral link thing gets in your way, you know? Those who use StreamYard know. It's like maybe it's a month old or something. It's annoying. Warriors! Cheers, y'all. I'm so happy to see everybody, man. Very nice. You guys support each other, all right? Oh, man. I had my fill of joints. I don't feel like I have any room for beer, but I have to do it. Come on. I know I got room for it somewhere. Open up, leg. I have to do it. I hope everybody's keeping it cool this evening, having a good time. Oh, heck yeah. And share your channel, please. I mean, you got that blue. That's a good motto. That's one to live by. I'm sure everybody can see that. That's one to live by. Yeah, there's no reason, man. You'll cut yourself off from so much that you didn't know. No reason to be less than kind, you know? There we go, there we go, there we go. Yes, please share your channels freely. And thanks, Wendy. Hey, Wendy. Also, everybody forgets. Reminder, please click the like. Everybody forgets, you know. Share your channels, everybody. Reiterate, whatever you got to do. Uh oh, wait a minute. Ah, yeah, 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 yeah. That's not your motto. That's your life experience, Poppy. That's your neighborhood. Yo, what's going on, Care Bear? I'm following Hershey. Sub up to Taro D. Wendy, hit the like the second time. Oh, you got it. Okay, I got you, Wendy. I got you. That's because you knew you were gonna be busy. Hey, Care Bear. Hey, Hobo. I'm glad you're here, even though you're busy, right? Woo. Hilly Crystal. Hilly Crystal. I've never met Hilly Crystal, not at all, but I know that he ran CBGBs. Mm-mm. Nope, Hobo. Honestly, man, there are things before my time, I like you. I like bringing it up though. He was just talking about Joseph Campbell. That was what that was about. Joseph Campbell, and then I brought up the fact that they did it in like a mini-series version. The Power of Myth in the video series, public TV. I had it in community college as well. That's the Power of Myth series. That's with him and Bill Moyers. Yeah, very good. And I have my father's copy of The Power of Myth from college, his Joseph Campbell book, and it's got all of his notations in it. Boy, reading that book made me realize a lot. You're a lot more like your father than you would ever realize. When you read that book and you hear his honest, useful outlook and his now aged look. He's back around, in my estimation. Cheers, cheers, y'all. Yeah, right. Me too. Me too, Wendy. But please be careful. I mean, I'll alienate you one day or another. Right, right. I don't think you missed anybody, Hershey. But yeah, Wendy, for sure. I get you. Hold on, Karen. I'll see if that one goes up or if I got to go up. Oh, there we go. Miss D, you got this. Uh oh, what's Miss D say? You're gonna marry Hobo? Oh no. It's a hobo. Killer. Right, right. Thank you, thank you. Keep sharing. Sharing is Karen, Karen. What you gonna tell Ramon? Oh shoot. Oh wait. Hey Pinky, if you're still here, let me know. What's she gonna tell? I gotta put the up. What's she gonna tell Ramon? Let's see. Hold on, hold on. Up, up. Oh yeah, yeah. Oh that. Okay, yeah, yeah, yeah. Right, you're on a hiatus. Oh boy. Email me, Karen. Email me, Karen. Tell me about it. Oh, I know Miss Charity's flirt. Oh, I know. That's okay. They'll all survive it. They'll all survive it, Hershey. I don't feel for him. Don't be falling for Cosmic now. He'll be flirting with everybody now. Cosmic, he plays it all sly. Oh my gosh, Miss Tara D. Bam, bam, Miss Tara D. Brother Venom. Because I know from my background, you talking about the boogeyman there. You invoked the name. Miss Tara D invoked the name of the boogeyman. For all parents that don't make, $250,000 a year. Hobo's name is Jack Shit. No shit. Divorced from Mr. Sherlock. No shit. Sherlock. Authorities were involved. Oh, yeah. Right, Mrs. Deb. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I know. I know. This is not no meat market. No meat market. Hey, who wants to come up and join in? Join in and do your comedy live. Do your comedy live. Cheers. There's the link. I might remove it. So share your comedy live. Watch me remove it now. Did you see it? Did you see it? Wait a minute. Where you at, Karen? Here. Hold on a second. Wait. Okay, wait. Oh, you might remove it. I removed it. Carol Baskin. We're all just tiger feed. It don't matter. We're all just tiger feed. Crank it up. Warm it up. Well, don't do anything. Don't make any big moves, Karen. Take everything easy. No big moves. That's my philosophy, and it's worked enough. Right. Have a scene off grid. Not in a couple days, probably not. No. I mean, wait a minute. He was on last night. Her, she. I mean, Care Bear. He was on last night for a minute. He's recovered. He's recovered. Just don't make any huge moves, Karen. That's all I can say. Take everything easy. You know. You make a few steps this way. You can come back if you need. You run away. You run too far. You might get lost. We don't have much of a choice. I know, but nobody knows the choices that they have until the day. Nobody knows until 0 day. A new TV reality show? Yeah, kind of. He could. He could do that, Taro, for sure. He's got a show going on, that's for sure. And he's got a lot going on. I mean, like a lot of fingers in many pies. Not in my style way, but let's see what her she had to say. I'm sorry. I'm going to press up real quick, okay? Excuse me. Oh, yeah. Maybe you give them a little rubber band so they don't get too far away from each other. Just rubber band them up so they can go like, and you'll like always be close to them. Yo, Jakey, what's up, man? Nice to see you at Jack's last night, my brother. Jack is killer. I hope Big P wasn't that upset, man. What can I do? What can I do, Jakey, my boy? I try to treat him with respect anyway. That's safe for Cosmic. There you go. That's what I said. Not in my way. I said not in my way. He's got a lot of irons in the fire. I got a lot of fingers and a lot of pies. You know. Maybe I used the wrong analogy. I meant that he's busy with work instead of bumming around like me. All right, I'm gonna drop it again, but remember, it will be retracted, most likely. A lot of people out there, and some of them they really don't like us. I'm gonna play some Jimmy music, man. I'm gonna play his drop for Easter. Here's his Easter song here. Join the club. Join the club. It's time. It's time. All right, let's hear a song by Jimmy. I'm gonna just shut up.
If life has got you feeling like you lost your way, maybe time to get down on your knees and pray. And even if you feel like you are wrought with sin, join the club. Join the club. You'll be welcome in. Now you might not be able to say he is real, but let me tell you, brother, we know how you feel. Your sins brought you down upon your knees again. So join the club. Join the club. He will let you in. Join the club. Join the club. And cast away your doubt. Join the club. Join the club. Hear all the angels shout if you've been led astray by those who call your friends. Join the club. Join the club. We will let you in.
Now let's see. You got new mics. See what's up. Oh wow! Have you tested them?
Now you might feel alone and have
I
no
still don't
way
have anything but
to
a phone.
go. And Satan's got you deep under the spell, we know. But if you walk with Jesus, he'll strike that devil down. So join the club. Join the club. Let the lost be found. Join the club. Join the club. And cast away your doubt. Join the club. Join the club. Hear all the angels shout if you've been led astray by your own will or your friends. Join the club. Join the club. He will let you in.
No doubt. No doubt.
Some people say they can't believe what they can't see. Now you don't have to be blind for your soul to be free. Where heaven is, there is no need to fight or fuss. So join the club. Join the club. He lives in all of us.
Hey man, Jimmy, man, he's more complicated than I am. You know what I mean?
and cast
I'll tell
away
you the
your
truth. I'll
doubt.
tell you the
Join
truth
the
about this real quick. Hold on.
club.
I'm gonna pause him out, but I'm trying to smoke him out, get him to join. But I will tell you the truth. He went to my mother's mass, her funeral mass, and he's been going to church ever since. Like totally honestly, you probably should have. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But if as long as they don't say Wednesday on him, that's all I'm saying. As long as they don't say Wednesday. All right, let's just play a sad song for everybody.
How much more can one man take? How much more can one heart break? How many tears can two eyes cry? There's nothing left to do. Nothing I have belongs to me. You've taken my soul, my dignity. I pray every night when I close my eyes. There's nothing left to do but cry.
Okay, Karen, noted, man.
I've lost everything in my life that was good. I've given more than one man should. All that is left is nothing but your lies. Now there's nothing left to do but cry. How much more can one man take? How much more can one
And like Jimmy says, he's not so sure.
I don't believe in anything. I only know what I know. Like water's wet, the sky is blue, and when it rains, it makes the grass grow. But believe what you want. Just don't lay it on me. And for what it's worth, I don't know. There is a God.
Yeah,
but I
Karen,
there's a devil
I guess my situation's a little bit close right too. I mean, I guess I'm free to talk about it, really. So it's really not that bad, I got nothing bad to say. It's just
because I see
ups and
a
downs.
lot of evil things, and people just look the other way. Like vanity, pride, and greed seem to be just fine today. But believe what you want, just don't lay it on me. And for what it's worth, I don't know. There is a God, but I know there's a devil on earth. What have we done? Who'll save us now? When everyone has got lost somehow. But believe what you want, just don't lay it on me. And for what it's worth, I don't know. There is a God, but I know there's a devil on earth.
I wish he'd come up and play for us, but it was especially hold up, right. Yo, so you thought the combo before might have solved it? What's up, Ghostface? Cheers, brother. How you doing, my man? Thanks for never kicking me out of your chat. I got hooked back up with some people. You know what I mean? How you doing, my brother? Cheers. I never forgot. I never forgot, Ghost, that back in the day, Bob was talking about making you a chillum, like carved out of stone with a ghost on the side. And that was back in the day, man. But I'll tell you what, I'll make you one out of wood. I can't work with stone, but I'll make you one out of wood, bro. Carve a little ghost on the side with maybe with like what my little etcher or some shit. Who knows, man? All right, let's listen to a little popular Jimmy song then, real quick.
If I were a deer in the woods, I'd slay all the young does, knock them down in rows, and dodge every bullet that I could. If I were a deer in the woods, hope that verse didn't offend too many people. It wasn't in line
See you
with
later,
the Me
Hershey.
Too
Take care.
movement. Wouldn't want to get canceled. Here's
Yo,
another
cheers,
for you.
Z. Off Chris, man.
If I were an eagle in the sky, I'd fly over the clouds and scream oh so loud and catch every rabbit I flew by. If I were an eagle in the sky, don't worry, rabbit is not on the endangered species list. Mighty tasty too. Oh no, here come the vegans.
I'm not. I'm just saying I would do it. He didn't do anything before the whole through and do wide paper edge. I could do that shit. I'm just saying I would do it and actually give it to you. That's different. I'll put myself to it, man. I'll put myself to it. I'm not going to gas you up, though. I'll, do it. If you want me to do it, I'll fucking do it.
If I were a shark in the sea, now I got Greenpeace after me. What'll they think of next? I don't know, I guess I'll just blame the president. If I were a human being, I wouldn't be allowed to do anything. Everybody would shush me when I talk loud or sing. So I'd be a fall down drunk and I'd mess up everything. I'd end up in prison with my arm in a sling. And they'd tell me that I'm bad no matter how hard I try to be good. So I'd rather be a deer in the woods. It's good to be a deer in the woods.
Goddamn nut fucking motherfucker!
Help me, goddamn motherfucker.
I was lying in my bed, just staring into space, when I felt an icy chill fall upon my face. The wind began to howl and the house began to creak. And then to my amazement, something crawled beneath the sheets. The smell of cheap perfume began to fill the air as a cold and clammy hand took off my underwear. Long silky hair seemed to brush against my dead. I'm getting head from the dead. The next day I awoke in a puddle of cold sweat. Was last night for real or just a dream I can't forget? It was more like a nightmare filled with pleasure giving pain. As soon as I got off, she started sucking on my brain. I'm getting head from the dead. I don't know why it happened, but I'm sure glad that it did. I'm getting head from the dead. She's a hooker killed by Jack the Ripper. At least that's what she said. I'm getting head from the dead. I'm getting head from the dead. I'm getting head.
All right. I'm back in. Sounds like old Green Day. Uh-oh, what did he say? Uh-oh, what did he say? Oh, that would be sick. Yeah. Nah, dude, I'll take care of that, man, because I want to, I want to be for real. I don't know why he forgot or why he didn't care, but I cared. I was like, yo, that should be real. All right, man, I'm trying to get my bearings back. I moved. I can't be out there all night. You know what I'm saying? Like, it stopped. It stopped storming. Yo, what's going on, Gut Rot? The rhythm, heck yeah, man. What a good player. I'm telling you. You want to talk about it? I mean, shit. Let's just go all the way to. This is Danny playing hook. Danny Thompson. Kill it.
Baby, you got me feeling like I've never felt before. My head just won't stop reeling and my feet don't touch the floor. Well, my heart skips a beat every time I hear your name. If I weren't so doggone happy, it would almost be a shame. Whatever that it was that made you take a second look, it put a tiger in my tank. Baby, you got me hooked. Come on, baby, take my hand and spin with me a while. 'Cause every time I'm near you, it just drives this cool cat wild. Walking in the sun or just laying in the shade, strolling through the park or sipping on some lemonade. You're the only girl for me. All it took was just one look. So baby, reel me in. You got me hooked.
That's right, man. That's right. Everybody was looking for all kids. That's not a lie. That's for real. All right. Oh, what did Wendy say? Hey, off grid, meet Wendy if you haven't. Wendy's working on some Elisa Jordana material right now. I understand. Oh shoot. Well, I mean, I didn't send him a link, but I'll send that right now. I mean, then leave it up to him, eh? Yeah. Let me send that. I'm sorry. We'll leave it up to him. Yo, hands yellow, heart red. Hands yellow, heart red. Hands yellow, heart red. Off grid and Joe yellow hands red. I like that one, Wendy. Very creative words. Very creative use of the language. Cheers. Like I said, I'm all lost now. I moved. Cheers. Oh man, off grid. I was so full of joints that I didn't know if I had room for beer, and I still don't. No, I know, Wendy. It's very funny though. Every name you caught, heck yeah, Wendy. Thank you, Wendy. How long have you been on YouTube? I know you know how you're working on it, and like you said, you do. I don't remember what kind of post you called them, but you gave it a little warning. Buyer beware. Jimmy, come up, man. I didn't have time to call you. Come on up. Shit, I better turn Do Not Disturb off or on or whatever, one or the other. Yeah, I think the broken emojis are cute though. You know what I mean? No problem there. No problem there. Yeah, Nothing Left to Do is a great, great song. And he told this story about how, he changed it to Cry because it used to be Die. So listen to the words again with put the die in them, changes the context.
How much more can one man take? How much more can one heart break?
Cheers, off grid. How you doing, man?
I'm getting head from the dead.
I know, man. I know. It's crazy. He was watching Return of the Living Dead, man. I'll have to send you one of those one day too. He was watching Return of the Living Dead, and that's when that came to him.
It's
The
great.
interesting thing
Bye.
at the
We're
end of it,
here in the woods.
he doesn't do the turn of phrase like most any poet would have done a turn of phrase at the end. Because he says, after I got off, she started sucking on my brain. And the logical turn of phrase is, I'm giving head to the dead. He doesn't go there. I don't know why he didn't do the turn of phrase that any poet probably would have. Maybe I'm just too
Right?
hacky, right? Maybe that's the deal, you know? Yeah. That one was from Return, but yeah. Oh, wait, what did I miss something here? You've been on YouTube for 3 years on and off, and you called it trash. It's commentary videos without the commentary. Oh, well, that's true. That you call that true documentary, no commentary. Yeah, that's what we call it. We don't call it trash. It's all subjective information. It's from the subject. Nobody fact checks. That's all good. But a lot of these fools do that without realizing it, right? They're not fourth source citing anything, first source citing. So I mean, at least you know what you're doing. Yeah, Hobo says, cheers. I love Night of the Living Dead. I love all the Dead movies. Yeah, off grid, off grid, off grid, Wendy yells. So burn the flame. Higher, 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 and higher, Burger Boy. What's up? Yeah, that's the best soundtrack ever. From the damn Deadbeat Dance to, like Surfing. Oh, wait, didn't they do Surfing Dead? Oh, man, that's just a killer soundtrack. Yo, what's up, Tap Water? Howdy. Can you share it? Please do. No fear. What's up with that? You guys friends with Jake's? Say hi to Discord. Burger Boy. Because they're Discorders, man. They know all that shit. Good night, Miss Taro D. Good people in Hershey. Oh, I caught that. Oh, what a burn. Good night, good people in Hershey. Damn, Miss Taro D, you're vicious. Damn, now. I can't even read the rest. We don't know Jake. Oh, that's okay. You can't. You will one day.
Yeah.
He's the giggler. Oh, you're Wendy's friends. Wendy. Thanks, Wendy. They're Wendy's friend. Sorry, Alfred. They came rushing in, man. This is their first appearance. We gotta celebrate them.
Hell yeah.
You can get a stream. You want a stream link? I don't know really, because that's a little bit off, a little bit further.
Hey, how was your day, Joe?
Decent, decent. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Right on. It was a good day. They modified the
Like I said, I
forecast.
started reconditioning my soil yesterday, so today I really spent some time with it, set it all
Hmm.
back up. I mean, it's ready to go. Uh, I don't exactly know what when she gave me my seeds back. I think I might have had 4 instead of 6. I don't really know what happened with the others. They might have just fell somewhere. But it's all good. Burger's gonna be good, and not you, but you're the one who asked. Tap. Yo, nah, I'll trust you guys later. Keep coming. Alfred instead of Alfred. Oh my, I'm so sorry. Yo, Alfred.
It was a good day. Heck yeah.
Right on, right on.
Had
Yeah, man.
well,
You must have been busy, huh?
my cat killed my pepper plant again. Yesterday, my dog killed my pepper plant. My puppy ripped it out, and then I had it inside here, but somehow the cat decided it needed ripped up too. So it's
Yeah,
been killed
yeah.
too. It got killed 2 days in a row.
That's crazy. Yeah. Oh man, that's so. I mean, I know cats always do that. Like that's why I don't do that. I chose humans, like having kids. Like the animals were out of that equation, you know, because one of them's pretty hard to keep up behind, and they don't listen either. So, you know, I just got to kind of make a choice. Well, I don't have a dab. I've never dabbed. You got any dabs off grid?
I've never had my own dab rig. I've done dabs plenty of times, but like I just put the dabs on top of a bull pack of weed, just a little bit of dabs on top,
Right, right, right,
just to
right.
put it on there like it's hash, and you get like 2 or 3 times as many hits out of the bowl. It seems like anyway.
Okay. Right, right. You're just gonna watch us dab? No, come on. I'll drop the link. You can come up and dab. Really, really, really. Take it easy on off grid because he's the only one up here. That's all I'm saying. Take it easy on him. You tried it once? I honestly, I can't wait to go to somebody's town where they just do it and just call it part of my vacation experience to do it. You know. Now I don't want to have a problem with tolerance either, so I just stick to like mostly natural strength. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to have a tolerance
Yeah.
problem.
The first time somebody put diamonds on a bowl out here, I totally thought
Yeah,
I was like, dude, are you sure that's weed? I was like, you're putting these little crystals on the weed, bro. Like I'm like,
they're like clear, right? They're like clear. They
yeah,
look like
yeah,
tears or something, right?
Well,
yeah. I was
howdy,
like,
Joe. Howdy, off grid.
What's up,
howdy.
Burger Boy?
Hey, boys. Wow,
How you doing? Nice to meet you.
man. Wow, nice to meet y'all. Thank you for having a stream tonight. I really appreciate it.
No problem. I
Uh,
love your voice, man. You're not new to the broadcast.
well, I'm new to watching this. You know, let me tell you, I was sitting around trying to smoke some weed, talk to some people. I put StreamYard in the YouTube search engine, and I hit
Wow.
live. You came up, Joe.
Okay.
And I got
All
off
right.
grid smoking flower. By the way, off grid, I can smell it. Like I hadn't smoked flower in a decade, brother. I'm on
Oh
them
boy.
distillates and them goos and all that, you know.
Off
I
grid's
love
the
flower.
grower though, man. The flower. He's got more flower in his shoe than you've seen in the last 2 years.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah. You say, yeah, Joe said
I
like
mean,
what?
boot.
Well, I'm glad for y'all to know me. What's the bag here? What we do around here?
A lot of times I have guests. We talk about music. I'll play music. I complain about stuff, pop culture stuff. We just hang out, man. This is like not a commercial channel. It's not really identifiable. We probably will alienate
I,
everybody, so you might have a bad day here too.
No, never,
I would,
brother. That sounds amazing.
that was pretty good, Joe.
Yeah,
I'd say your channel's about culture.
pop culture maybe. Pop culture. Let's not make it that deep, you know.
Off grid,
All
did
right.
he undersell himself? He's probably a great fucking host. Sorry, freaking host. Pardon my swear.
Oh, you
It's a
can
good
say
show.
anything here. Well, no, not
Well,
anything. Let's take that back.
that's my
Hurtful
personal
comments
rule.
aren't really that.
I'm trying not to
Hurtful
swear
things
more.
aren't.
I'm trying better.
That's for you. Yeah, a lot of people here do, you know? I mean, I say what I say, and sometimes they tell me to back it up. And I'm like, man, I forget, you know, I'm not, you know, I'm not, I'm sorry. I forget which one I just said, you know? I just speak
Are you,
lazy because I speak true.
Joe, you're having a beverage? Is that a 40? Brother, cheers. I'm having a seltzer. Oh, he's going all the way. Well, you know what? Cheers, off grid. Cheers, Joe.
Oh yeah.
That's the only way I could answer your question.
I found a steel soda can up in the woods today from 1954. You could see like the webbing, the way it was laced together on the side of the can,
Yeah,
and
like a tile, like
it was
corrugation, right? Or whatever you call it. What do you call it on the I forget.
like yeah,
Oh,
it
excuse
was
me.
weird the way it was wove together, but
I know, man.
yeah,
He's burping, he slammed
was
himself or shit.
I just slammed my drink watching you slam your drink, Joe, and I got a little burp.
I heard you.
Ooh, excuse me. Ooh.
Excuse me
it
too.
was cool.
Sorry,
It was
Alfred.
from
So you found
it was
it's got.
from Los
Wait a minute.
Angeles.
what do they call it on a tire? You know what I'm talking about when they interweave the fibers.
Oh, the belts or whatever in a tire.
Well, that too, yeah, but it's for reinforcement. I just can't believe I can't remember the word, man.
I should have maybe grabbed it just so I could have showed
Vulcanized?
everybody because there's a lot of
Nah, that's
people
not
have never
vulcanism.
seen a lot of people never seen a can like that. It's just like kind of dovetailed together or whatever, kind of like the way that they put it
Yeah.
together and folded it. And
Yeah. No, totally. I know that. Yeah, I used to have some like '60s Budweiser cans, and then Anheuser Busch made a bunch of water for my grandmother's place because they flooded. So they had all these white cans that were just water, but they just said Anheuser Busch water. You know what I mean? Yeah, I know
Wait,
exactly what you're
what?
talking about.
They got water cans from Anheuser Busch.
I wish you know what? I'll find one. My mom died in October, and I'll find one somewhere in her
That
shit.
sounds
She's
so
got one.
wild.
yeah, they always do that
I
for
mean,
like
they did it to
emergencies.
bail them out. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Coors does it
Yeah.
too. Anytime there's a water emergency, they'll fill up their cans with
Yeah.
water and they'll ship them to the zone.
That's damn
They're better
collectible.
than FEMA and less greedy than Nestle. You know what I'm saying? Better than FEMA, less greedy than Nestle. So there you go.
That tracks. That tracks, brother.
Wow, long time. Oh yeah, Ever. You know them? Ever knows Wendy. Tapes is looking like Kevin Costner over there.
Man, Joe,
Oscar Omar.
you got such a great community going on right now.
These are really cool people, man. There's usually about 20 that show up in total, but you know, they're all really cool. I know there's
must-
1,000 subscribers, but you know, take the 10%.
Yeah, but exactly, brother. Like, come on. You probably honestly, I bet you feel the same way. Like 20 burgers in my chat, like tops. Like I feel I'll have that for years. I don't need more. I'll never need more.
Right.
Like just 20 good people.
Just when I first started, my first 5 people, they were asking me, "Who are you talking to?" I was like, "Look, there's only 4 people here now, but 5 times that many are going to watch it tomorrow." And they do. They watch it on demand. A lot of people are from India and stuff. They don't come talk because they can't, you know?
That's fine.
So that's the thing, man. So you know burger, huh, Ever? Smaller's better. Yeah, if it ever starts flying by and I can't read it, what's the point, man? I'll just give it away, you know? What's the point? I'm hanging out with you guys. Otherwise, fuck it. This is my house, you know? You guys are invited.
I really appreciate that.
Sure, burger. Sure. How long you been on YouTube?
Like too fucking long, dude.
Right.
All right, I'm taking a
My
nap right
channel's
now.
18 years old.
Like I think a lot of people like I got into it like during COVID.
Yeah. A lot of people did for sure. Yep. I guess I should have started then. I didn't think about it. It wasn't a thing. Like some live streamer walked by here. That's what happened. My son ran into him. I found out about it that way.
There you go. So when you,
I'm
But
you
I
almost
got on,
started channel since 2005. You know, since they opened, right? I think I saw it in like I remember it was like autumn, but I joined in July.
ooh, okay.
So I guess maybe that was it was July 2005 for sure. So what's up, Kev? Yeah, we'll have fun, Tapwater. Just a nice Jewish lady, as you say. We love nice Jewish ladies and all kinds of ladies and maybes. All
You
of
gotta
them.
watch out for that girl though. She's a firecracker.
Yeah, well, you probably are too. We'll find out. We'll meet you.
It takes time. By the way, it takes time. This single
sir.
interaction, and Joe knows. Joe, I can tell. Off grid, you too.
Yes, sir.
Off grid, man. I'm gonna ask you right now, like how I'm smoking dabs right now. You're still on the flower. Can you give me some reasons to revert to the flower marijuana,
I mean,
or is
I
that
mean,
just
I
like
guess
your
it's all
personal
about
preference?
it's all about like tolerance, like perspective. Like I mean, if I smoke dabs all day, my tolerance is really high right now. I mean, really, really high.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I just enjoy the smoke. I mean, if it's easier for you to take a dab and it's better for your lungs and whatever, you feel like you only have to take 1-2 dabs and you're good. Like maybe that's better for you.
So, Burger, I'll try to give you some
That's a
perspective,
really
man. There's always balance.
thank you, Alfred. That's a really balanced answer.
Well, yeah, and that's what I'm trying to say. There's always balance in the world, right? So when I went to a certain shop, I went and I got like the level 3. It's like 1 through 5. I got the level 3. I said I'll find out whether I go up or down. My wife, she wanted like 7 out of 5 when she walked in there. You know what I mean? So that's how the world works. Like some people they go
So
for that. Some people delay the response.
is that are those ratings like through like sorry, is that a talking about like cannabis clinic or something or like where are those
Oh, the
numbers coming
way,
from?
yeah, it's different where I'm at. I'm in Virginia. I'm from Maryland. I'm around
Yeah.
DC. Always been around DC. So where I was in DC, they had all these like pop up gift for donation shops. You see, so you go in and
Okay.
you buy like you buy a wristband, or in COVID you buy a mask. You buy a $40 mask and they give you a free eighth or some shit. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Now I see what you're saying.
They give you a premium that you pay for because our laws are funny. Adults over 21 can give each other 2 ounces freely, just no charge. So we have
Oh,
a
this
farmer
whole
who moved
process
here to
there.
Virginia.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, so we have a farmer, and that's
This
who
is
we
like
mainly deal with. She
technically
moved to
free
Virginia.
gifts. I love that. Wait a minute. It just hit me. I apologize. I'm stoned, Joe.
Yeah, it has
Wow.
to be free.
It's
It
like
has to be
it's like
free. Yes.
gifting. It's like it's a series of free gifts and exchanges. Wow, that's awesome. I love that. I'm
So in
geeking.
DC, what they do now, they shut down a lot of those shops, right? Including the
Yeah.
one that we like, temporarily. But in DC, a lot of what they'll do is they'll do an event where you come out and they give you free seeds so that you can grow and pass them on to your friends. And then, in between, there's a whole like, and if you buy this T-shirt, it's kind of got an eighth staple to it or whatever. It's all good, man. If we get mushrooms, they have mushrooms too, even though those are not legal. They just do it anyway.
Well,
Gray market, man. Fuck the world.
maybe you've detected, and I can tell you, chat, and I can tell you, Joe and off grid. I'm here in Tennessee, and that is very similar to how I get like that good goat milk that I'm not supposed to have because it ain't
There you
pasteurized,
go.
it ain't
Oh, I
controlled,
know.
but it's
Yeah,
a
and
gift.
goats are
It's a
so much
gift,
better than cows. We we,
and there's
we
a difference.
digest it
Yeah,
better. Yeah,
but I
yeah,
love that. I hadn't heard that other version of like gifting and like, wow, what a legal gray area there. Very interesting.
yeah, yeah. That's what we got. So, like, if we get brownies, we get it by pan or whatever. She might charge us $8 each to bake them, but she's not charging for what's in them.
She's charging you for the service. Ah, that's so interesting. Man, that's cool. Man, you really hit me. I love the
Come move
creativity of it.
over. Come move over,
Oh
man.
no, brother. I'm here forever. I'm
No,
here.
that's okay, man. Yeah,
I
Tennessee
made my
rules.
roots.
Tennessee is good.
Hey, you get a ham radio. I'll be like, one niner. It's old Burger Boy coming at you, Joe. Coming at you, Joe. Looks like the
Oh,
world
check
fell
check
down.
one. Burger Boy, what's your 20 currently? I see some
Uh,
smokies in the grass. We got to get around this one now, buddy. Over and out.
we're 6 feet up, half an acre,
Good
brother.
buddy. It's old good buddy,
Smelling
man. I love
pleasant.
that shit.
Good buddy.
I love the truckers that they know where the station's at. So they pull off the on ramp before the way station. They can sit there and watch them until they go home for the day, and then they go.
Right. Dude,
They sit
okay,
there
so
overloaded all day.
Alfred was a professional trucker, so that's just some context, man. Tell us about those days, Alfred.
Oh yeah,
Professional
Wait,
trucker
well,
right
Brad's
here.
a real
yeah,
trucker?
truck,
Holy
yeah,
shit,
yeah,
brother!
trucking's awesome. If in the beginning it is awesome. Your very first year, your first year and a half of driving a semi for some company all over the whole country is a great adventure. You get to see every state, all the like you're watching so much, you're having so much fun because you've never been to all these places. You're like, I'm so excited they're gonna send me to
It's all new.
Miami. You're
Everything's
like,
new.
let's go to Miami, fuck yeah. But and then you after a while it starts to lose its shine, but you're still making good money. You make great money. But you just never get to be home when you're over the road trucker. But other than that, it's a great life.
Right.
I suggest it for anyone, even retired folks. It costs a lot to get your license and whatever, but man, if you've never seen the country, you can get paid to do it.
Yep.
Like that's the coolest thing.
But man, it's a lot of time, like you said. I'm not gonna give too much away, Joe, because like I'm a
No
public
problem.
character. But I met a truck driver today. I call him Mr. Mike,
right.
and
right.
he's 72, and he's got when I see him off the truck, he's always got he's got a rosary on, he's got a cap with a cross on the front, and he's always super
Right.
jolly. And I'm telling you, I don't know if Offgrade you met these kind of guys. This guy is I've never met a happier trucker, and he's just
Right.
but he should be retired right now.
Mhm.
But he's got a skill. He's got the CDL.
He's in his 70s. Yeah.
and but he's still doing it. And I just think a lot of people don't think about it's a great way to make a lot of living, and his disposition is just so invigorating off grid. I just I don't know if you know about truckers like that, but I don't know if it came to you, but it's still a lot of work. It's still a lot. And,
it's a lot of work.
Days,
yeah.
I want him to I want this guy to retire finally, but he's 72 driving a big old truck,
Dude, that's his purpose in life, though. You don't want him to do it, man. He's my dad should not be driving at all right now, but he is. You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
it's
you
not
know
my
what I'm saying?
opinion to say
You guys what I'm
anything.
saying? The guy should be he should be telling us stories about driving the truck, not dapping me as he parks the truck, and I'm like, okay, brother, he's getting back in the truck. I'm just please let this man.
I totally hear you, man. I totally hear you. But that's his pursuit. That's his purpose. That's his joy.
Yeah, you're right.
See, now it might give away too much, but I spent a good 20 years in gas stations and convenience stores, so I ran into truckers all the time. I mean,
holy
first
shit,
job
you're
I
seeing
had
every
was
morning, every morning.
So I got to know them just like anybody in any industry, and I've been in a lot of industries, but that's one of the best, and that's one of the things I always keep in mind. And you saw off grid, you see how we found a little peace and quiet in that nice little mushroom growth. I was just following my kid, and as soon as I saw the tree, I was like, where are the fucking shrooms? And I followed it, and then you go up, and it's just the chaos and the noise of the road. But I've always grown up with that, and I just staying around those highways, man. There's a lot of comfort in that to me. There's those good people, like the truckers and the people you see every day. They watch everything that goes on. By the way, they're the ones who are your law enforcement and your back. You know what I mean?
I love
They come
this.
there all the time.
Wow.
So, what's up, Be Real? Be Real has a join in link, bro.
Hell yeah.
You're talking about Joe. You're talking about a network of people.
That's the real world. The real world's not on the phone or TV, It's just on the ground, bro. And if it isn't good for you right now, change the side of the street. Walk on the other side of the street next time, just change it, dude. There's so much out there. Everybody's good.
Man, I'm so glad I found myself here tonight. I'm so glad. Thank you for having me.
Hell yeah, Burger Boy.
Cheers,
I'm gonna go check my if you sub up, man, I'll go check my subscriptions and try to catch up with everybody, but I'm just on a phone, so a little bit of tech problems,
Let's show us. Let's show us.
I'll give you this is with the number one answer for all kids.
Oh, he's growing.
Exactly. Why is he not doing diamonds and dabs? Because he don't grow diamonds and dabs, he grows the plant. Look at that. This is a legal grow right here. Legal.
Organized, realized, actualized.
That's that legal grow too, man. Everybody, follows the rules and all that good shit.
Well, you're hearing me over from Tennessee. We're praying for it, brother. Please let us grow. Please let us grow. Over. 10-4.
Yeah, everybody should be able to grow.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
All we want.
It's all flipped around on StreamYard. It's reversed on StreamYards. Everything's backwards. It's really hard to show you which one's which. But there it is. Yep, they're doing good. Got defoliated a little bit today.
We got Sperry's. We got rain barrels. We got beautiful plants. We're doing good. Sorry, I guessed the Sperry's. Could not be Sperry's.
There we go.
It looked comfortable.
Most of hey, what's up, Anthony? How you doing, brother? What did Ever say? Oh shit, did I miss something? He's married. Get out of here, Ever.
guys, I've been here for too long. I'm gonna bounce. Thank you for having me as a guest. Number one, right?
So
Joe,
you do that on your channel? Can I come join your channel? Send me an email.
Of course. We're gonna let's connect. Let's connect in any way possible. But now, if you want that, you can get it. the best way.
Take care, man.
Take care, boys.
No
Good
need
night.
to make an awkward exit. No.
Yeah. Well, you know that about me. It can't be less than awkward. Good night. I'm insane. Bye.
See you soon. There we go, man. Everybody, Burger is cooking. Ever is friends with Burger. Whoops, whoops. Burger says, "Be careful with tap water." Okay, she's not modded up. I can't do that here anyway. Fixing some egg rolls. Yeah, hell yeah, man. Oh, you're mad at me for what? Because you keep blocking me from. No, I'm just kidding. Ever's mad because he told his sister what his username was. That ain't my fault. Everybody tells me about how like they told their family and they got mad, and I'm like, really? You know, you guys are giving me a complex. Everybody's embarrassed to hang out with me. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh yeah. There's a total stigma. There's a stigma, Joe. Yeah.
There's a stigma, man. I'm putting a smell on it, you know.
Oh,
What's up, Be Real?
what up,
Cheers, bro.
dude?
Not much. Right before I started, I was like, man, I am so full of joints, I don't even think I can drink beer. So, and I knew I wanted to send you that link to Sesh, so I was like, man, I hope this works.
Oh
So
yeah,
nice
man.
to see you in.
Sorry, I don't have good lighting. I'm in my living room. There's not. All I have is like one overhead light on, so it's just more comfortable in here. So.
I'm in red. I'm gonna put it on. I'm gonna put it on flashing light so that there's no competition. I'm guaranteed worse. Hold on. Say hello. Introduce yourself.
Yo, what's up, everybody? It's Be Real. Let me get to the chat. I don't see the chat. I can't see the comments.
Yeah, you got to click on another one, the other thing, whatever it is.
You have to confirm that you want StreamYard to let you use YouTube.
Comments.
It's just like
It'll
one more
load.
step.
It'll load. It just takes a second to load when you hit comments. Hit chat and then go over and hit comments.
Okay.
Hi, Be Real. That's what
What's
Karen
going
said.
on?
I'll
What's
read it to you
going
guys.
on?
You guys are guests. You don't have to read the chat, man. I'll read it to you.
Yeah, but yeah, my name is Be Real. I got a channel called Be Real from Be Real 420. I just do 420 content and just review content, discuss it. Joe comes, hangs out sometimes in the chat, so like I'm always hanging out in his chats, especially like when I'm working during the day. It's so entertaining to sit and listen to him chat and talk about pop culture, just shoot the shit, talk about music, you know. So my kind of thing. So I like popping in on his live. He likes to pop in on mine.
Yeah, and I think, you know, we're kind of similar ages, and so we kind of have similar backgrounds in the, at least in the music we were exposed to by mainstream and everything, you know. That's what pop culture is all about, though. We get to share these experiences over space and time because of distribution networks. It's all over. Like, I went through the one age, the one video age. It's done. That video age is over, man. That's why now I'm like, hey, Offgrid, you don't have this yet? You probably need to, because he can, you know, take his tapes and organize them and shit. You show that off Grid, man. You show them what you're up to.
I
Other
don't
than the
know,
grow, you
man.
know? And I'm telling you, that simple answer for you, Burger Boy, is he can't grow pearls or diamonds or whatever. He grows weed. That's why he smokes weed. It's right there. It's right there. What would you do?
Hell yeah. Well, I'm about to do a dab. I got some GMO rosin, some 70 to 149U. I'm going to do a dab of that.
Right. Hold on. Let me put that up. Let me see the color real quick.
Some 70 to
Awesome.
149U, just some average house rosin. You know, what I would consider tier 2, but still very, very good. I dab this on the regular. This is great with like OG strains. So if you're into those OG strains, this would pair perfectly with it. Some GMO.
Yeah, man. Tell them what OG stands for.
I don't know what it actually stands for. I always call it just like the original Gene or the original gangster.
No, it's like a county or something. It's literally like a county or something. So it's like Outer Greentown or something. You know what I mean? It's like literally like a county up in Northern California. I forget now.
Oh, OC? I know about OC. Orange County.
What's OC? Well, yeah,
Orange
no, no,
County.
no, no. This is for weed, though. This is for the Emerald Triangle.
Yeah, I'm not really
Yeah,
sure. But when I think
yeah.
about OGs, I think of like those real
Well, I think of
classic
me when, like
terpenes.
Wendy said, yeah.
You got
That's
real
my
classic,
culture.
earthy, peppery terpenes. And this is GMO, so it's going to have like gassy garlic notes along with those herbal and peppery notes as well. So it blends really good with like OG strains. When I say OG,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, 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 for real. And yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I forgot too, but I know that there's like a so specific, distinction or whatever
mhm.
in the history. So GMO rosin, right? That's what Ever was asking. And then here we go. Where was the other question about GMO? So I mean, like a lot of people now they talk about live rosin, they put it in the refrigerator and stuff. What does all that mean in a little short course? You can't you got your own channel, man, but in a thumbnail. GMO.
What was the question?
So, like, what is a GMO rosin? What is a live rosin? What is a resin? What is a shatter? What is a batter? What is a sugar? No, I'm not asking you 7 questions. I just want you to give them a thumbnail because, like, Ever was like GMO rosin, big question mark. He was like, what does that mean?
Yeah, so I'm not exactly sure what GMO stands for, but I always thought of like garlic, mushroom, onion, but I know it's not mushroom. I don't know what the M stands for. But
Right,
I
right.
believe it's like um, I believe it's like a Girl Scout cookie cross. I'm not sure. But it's very earthy. It's got garlic, gassy notes. You get some like onion notes. I don't know what rosin is going to be like flour that's pressed and it's
Hmm.
solventless, so it's extracted simply with just pressing and heat. Sometimes you can
Yeah.
extract with water, and then
Hmm.
resin is going to be extracted with butane, or there's a one that starts with a P.
Astringent. It's going to be stripped out and then
Different
isolated. Yeah, there
solvents
are
that will
solvents
have
and
some type of
astringents. They're
chemical
going to
that will
strip it out.
extract the THC and cannabinoids from, and that way you can actually dab it. And so
So
I also have
I'll tell
some
you
of that
guys, like
right here.
we used to call this, we used to call it like crack hash or cracking hash or something. Not, I mean, not like crack like the drug, but like brittle hash or whatever. And so
Oh,
we would
okay.
take acetone. We would take acetone and do something, just shake it, shake it, shake it, then lay it out flat. And then when it all dried up, all the acetone evaporates and all you got left is the oils that it extracted.
So
So
this
that's what
right
I
here
would
is
think a
called sugar.
resin
This is going
is.
to be sugar resin. So this is extracted with BHO.
Okay. And then when somebody tells me a rosin, I think of like in Canada where they have these huge stone plates and they press it down in like a burlap bag or something and they push it out and that's how they
And
get
that's
that
what
goo.
this is. That's what this is not flour rosin. This is hash rosin. So you're thinking of
All
flour
right.
rosin, and this is hash rosin. Yeah.
Right on, right on. Hey, what's up, Frankie? And then I mean of course off grid also produces all kinds of, but so then there's like a way of making hash with like ice water or by freezing it down in a blast freezer, stuff like that, right? There's all
Yeah,
these
there's
ins and
different ways.
outs. That's why I said just thumbnail sketch, bro. Just
Yeah,
thumbnail sketch.
I'm not an expert when it comes to concentrates. I know way more about flour. I'll be honest with you, in the last 10 years, I was mainly doing like shatter and like the BHO like you were talking about. And then the last couple years, because I come from a state that's not legal, right? So I
Right.
didn't have all that experience growing up with all these different products and options like a lot of people that may live in like Colorado or something on the West Coast or something, right? They may have more
Hey, man,
options
I'll
and
be
have
honest
more
with you.
education on it, but only in the last 2 years because of the THCA and the hemp market, I'm able to experiment with more flowers, not only flowers and strains, but also like rosin. So up until 2 years ago, I've never even had rosin before. So like when I
Because
do
it's Farm
reviews,
Bill compliant.
I let people know that, hey, I'm giving you my experience. I'm no expert. I'm just kind of showing you what I found as I find it. I'm bringing you on my journey. So that's what my videos are about. I am no cannabis expert. I'm no rosin or concentrate expert. I just bring you along on my journey. So if that's what you're into, that's what I tell people, come along. And if you have some education, you can educate me. put it in the comment section and teach me something, because we're all on the same journey together. So
Hey man, you know what? I really hope more and more. I hope all the providers and growers and processors, they become involved in what you're doing. Because
yeah.
of course they ask you, like they'll hand you a bunch of business cards in the old days, right, in paper, and say go send those out with them within your community. Or that's the same thing as a street team or an affiliate, because you have a background in marketing and advertising, so you understand. It's the same thing, but now it's digital, and they say, where are you going to tell them about it? Instagram? Where, and then you say so, and then they don't show up anymore. They just give you the business cards, and they say, if you bring them back, I'll give you 25 cents each, kid. Good luck, and they bye. So I just hope they show up every once in a while and say, this is the process. This is why we're sponsoring you. You know what I mean? So that you can educate the public by sharing what you just said, your own personal experience as a one of them, man on the street review all the time. I went and I got stuff out of the vape store, and I said, I'll review it. I'll tell the companies that I'm looking at it. But one of the things was like a wrap, and it's made to put 1.5 grams. And I was like, man on the street review. I broke it. I threw half of it away. I said, I'm one person. I'm going to put 0.7 grams in this to smoke. I'm not putting 1.5 grams in it, sit here and smoke it for no fucking reason. I don't have a friend to pass it to, nothing. So I just got to be honest. So, there's that side of it. But I hope the manufacturers and everybody that's doing this new market can come around, spend a few minutes with you, because it'll mean everything to the community. It'll mean everything because they'll be educated. They'll understand.
Absolutely, man. Thank
We
you.
all just play a little part. But
I
if they can come
started
up and do
into
that, that's
the
great.
I started into like the recreational market when Colorado legalized it, because I was I lived there at the time. Whatever. That was back in like 2010 or something like that, 2009, something like that. I don't know. So it's been like everything's been readily available, like easily for a long time, like a long time now
Well,
for me.
I mean, I'll never
But
lie to you. Like I said, the whole thing that Berger was interested in, like the gift for donation community and shit like that in DC. Well, I'll tell you what, it goes all the way to the 70s. Because when I grew up in DC, the deal was decriminalization was basically you can't carry more than 1 gram. They won't bother you. So you just buy a dime bag, you bite the corner out of it, and you're automatically legal, and you just walk on down the road. And then the only thing you have to worry about, things like what you have, paraphernalia. Make sure it's not expensive, because they'll bust you on that.
yep,
So
that's right.
that's when all the little gas
Oh,
station keychain throwaways come into play. You know what I mean? But like we could
but
be legal. So
now
there's
it's
that,
legal.
and
You
there's
just
two
have
other
to have
things.
it. It's legal now. You
There's
just
two
have to
other
have it
things.
in your.
The
You have
Johns
to have it in your
Hopkins,
backpack in the back. That's all.
right,
You have to have it in a bag in
right.
the back. You can have it in the car.
But the other two things are the Johns Hopkins. They've always been doing research with anything, and the intelligence community, the National Institute of Health and Mental Health, and the Department of Agriculture, because they had to make sure they grew the best for when it was needed. You know what I mean? So all of
Yeah.
that shit came together to where I grew up with whatever I wanted. It just depended on what I wanted to spend.
I saw this video the other day, and they were talking about that everybody's smoking beasters nowadays, and I think they had a point. They had a point. The point they were making was, well, that now that it's a recreational market and everybody's just growing for quantity and not necessarily quality, they're not competing with grower versus grower for as much. They open a store, whoever has the money, and they sell whatever they grow,
Look,
and they're just trying to grow the most they can. It doesn't matter too much
hey,
about quality.
hey, hey, it happened to tattoos. You think it just look 20 years back. The same thing happened to tattoos. If you were rich enough to buy the oil in the space or the ink in the space, you know what I mean? The same shit happened. It's gonna happen.
Hey, let's
And like
talk about that
so
for a
like
second, though.
meth
Like,
cleaners,
let's talk about
yep,
who has the money and all that, because guess what? Alabama just passed a ban on all inhalables for like THCA products, all hemp products. So
yeah,
in Alabama,
yep.
obviously cannabis is not legal, so we have the hemp market. And man, the last couple years, it has been just wide open. You might as well be in Colorado or California when it comes to the hemp market. They have
For sure,
everything
for
that
sure.
dispensaries have. I mean, everything. In fact, some of the stuff that's on dispensary shelves, I can get on the websites through the hemp market because they're on both shelves, because some of them that you get in dispensary are less than 0.3% THC by dry weight. Some of it is. And a lot of it's just
Right.
barely over. So a lot of this stuff is technically the same stuff. So just so everybody knows, THCA is the precursor to THC. When you heat up your cannabis, the A falls off and it just becomes THC. Up to 87% of it can convert through the process of decarboxylation.
Up to
It's a
8. Yeah, there you
loophole,
go.
right?
Yeah.
So
And I've
all
seen
the
this a
states
couple
that
different
have made
times where
it
they'll say,
legal have been taking advantage of it, right? And
right.
so Alabama just passed a ban on all the flour, all the carts, all the
If you're using it
inhalables, all
Yeah,
the
combustibly.
concentrates,
don't
all
mess
my
around
dabs
and
that I'm just dabbing
don't mess
everybody
around
about.
in Alabama, man. Alabama
No more
State Patrol's got
sales.
videos. There's like,
Right.
But guess this is what
Well, trust me.
I'm thinking about. Alabama has a medical program that they have not been able to open up for the last couple of years. And all of a sudden, this ban hits right when they restarted the medical program, which is also only edibles. So they're trying to do it only
That's
edibles. Somebody's getting paid, bro. Somebody's getting paid off.
Yo, be real. Be real. Anthony, he's in the chat still. He'll
definitely.
he'll attest to this because he's in Virginia, okay? Because
Yeah.
we have legal 9, right? But it's only between private parties. Because we have that, they literally took A off the shelves for 2 stupid weeks. Because they're trying to make everything medical. If everything is medical, they don't give a fuck about whether it's A, 8, 9, HHC. Really, they
Yep.
don't care. They just whack a mole. And ever, when he says the A falls off, he means in decarboxylation, it
The
just goes
acid.
into a psychoactive THC, so that little tail, and he knows chemistry, that'll go off because it's decarboxylated. Now it's going to go to a percentage of 7.9, or like you said, even 880, plus, right? But
Yeah.
anything like that, it
So
doesn't matter. It just means
the A stands for acid. So the acid falls off and it becomes THC.
right. And it is a psychoactive substance to a point 0.7, or I mean, excuse me, a
You can
0.8
convert
percent
up to
of,
87.
yeah.
87% can convert.
So
Up
that's
to. Up
0.87. So
to 87.
0.87 of what used to be A will now be a usable HC. There you go.
Yeah.
But yeah. So but see what they're literally, I believe, trying to do is make it all medical. So that goes back to, again, I used to live in Greenbelt, right across from like a fantastic medical grow. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, we could smell it. You jump the fence, you want to get shot if you want, you know what I mean? But we could smell it. It was right behind our homes, you know what I mean? It was wonderful, wonderful frosty bud. Best that you could get, and we could get, because there's leaks everywhere, there's holes in the bucket here. And that's how you get your education, man. Sometimes through the front door, and sometimes by hanging out backstage. That's how you get your education. But we all came to a good point now where you got innovators, upstarts, new products. You've got old schoolers, legacy growers, and knowledge from the past, and also strain survival when they were risking 50 years in prison, when they were risking losing all 3 of their real children. You know what I mean? Like, all that stuff now comes to a point where everybody has to work together. Growers online yell at each other about what soil they use because maybe it's an agenda, maybe not. It's not always money either, man. Sometimes it's just their fame, their homies, their whatever. Sometimes it's real vanity shit. Hey, Noelle, how you doing? Noelle wants a link. At least she said hi first. She likes to come up and say, "Who's up here?" and then just leave. Up, don't say it 4 times. That'll ban you. That's twice. So you're on notice. Smoke it up, be real. What are we? Oh, what's the degrees? Hold on, Noel.
I need to clean this thing. It's starting to clog on me.
They do that on like every 3, right? I mean, like, you really do have to kind of get a Q-tip in, right?
Well, I need to take the glass off and clean up underneath it. There's some reclaim.
What do you think about the water?
What water? What do you mean? In here?
Some people use water and some people don't, and some people use just a little bit to get like sort of almost like a greenhouse moisture trap,
Yeah, I don't have hardly any
Okay.
water in there.
Right. Because I've heard a lot of people complain they don't like it when there's a lot of water in. You know what I mean? That's what I've heard.
Well, water is good. It cools it down, in my opinion, but it also, in my opinion, takes away from the flavor.
Right. When you were talking
A
about
little
the
bit.
like garlic onion toast, Like when you were talking about garlic onion turps, I'm totally familiar with that. You know, anytime I just pull a
Uh-huh.
wild onion out and that sort of
I
smell.
got one.
Um,
I got one. I got
I
one
get
like
a
that
lot of
right here.
sweet tarts now. I get a lot of mandarin orange. I get a lot of these kind of flavors. That's a lavender.
No, this is that big
It's
middle girl that's
lavender.
got those weird, like, garlicky, stinky gym locker, nasty girl terps. Like,
Oh, there's like teas and feet and shit too in there, right? Yeah, yeah, dude. Yeah, dude. What the heck?
funky. It's like
It gets
it's
you
not that
high.
it's not that it's not that sweet dank that you always smell. You know, you smell that dank, you're like, damn. You know, this is like, whoa, this is something different. Something different.
Yeah, but I'll tell you what, Token Tom, man, shout out to Tom, born in the same hospital as I. But Tom, he likes
Oh
when he can
yeah.
smell feet and his weed. He likes the weed feet. Each their own, man.
Oh, is he in here? I don't see him.
No, he's not. I was just shouting him out because he said that's
Oh.
one of his preferences. He's like, when he smells it, he's like, oh, wait a minute. You know, he's looking forward to it. It's exactly that thing that he's talking about, that gym sock thing, you know. But he
Yeah,
looks forward to it. So I'm just shouting him out.
it's some Pakistani Afghani strain for sure. It's like, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm not gonna lie. Us older people, anybody that's over 35 remembers that, like, back in the day, all we had was the Mexican brickweed.
The
And
red
if you
one,
wanted
yeah.
good bud, you would get some BC or Cali bud every now and then, and that's the 90s, right?
Right,
Um,
right.
and then so, like, as we come into more exotic bud, I feel like a lot of older people, they like the classic terps. They're like, oh, I just want that classic terpy strain. I'm the complete opposite, because back in the day, even in the early 2000s, you weren't going to find any gas notes. You weren't going to find candy notes. You weren't going to find fruity strains. I don't think I
Right.
tasted a fruity strain till like 2008. I don't know. Maybe Blue Dream
Well,
might have been the first
I
one I
always thought
tasted. I don't know.
I always
But
had access to two things that they said were sativa dominant or whatever, but I had access to Northern Lights forever, but it was called Kind Bud, and then the Jack Herrera, you know. So I
yeah.
always had access to those. To me, they were citrus. So I always had fruit in my diet from like '94.
Okay, a little bit of citrus. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, a little bit. But when you talk about Kush and West Coast style, I mean, there's a difference between Arcata, California, where the weed is 11 out of 10, or BC, where it might be fucking 18. You know, it might really blow your mind up in BC. But that skunky, you know, Kush and Afghani flavor that's in the OG, in the Emerald Triangle and over there, yes, you're right. Everybody pines for that because that
Yeah.
was better than the sweet red hair. You
But
know, even
see,
though the sweet red hair was fine, it was just, you know,
but now, because I grew up on
that's
those
fucking like
earthy and
7 times
classic
no.
notes, now dude, I get excited about candy and fruity and gassy strains, because that's something that we could never get when I was younger.
Yeah.
So, like, whenever I find candy and fruity and gassy all in the same, dude, I jump all over. I love that stuff.
Let
I
me
mean,
see.
I still love the
Let me see
classic
how cleaned
strains.
up they are. Let me see those buds because I didn't put you close. How cleaned up they are. Yeah. Okay. Okay.
And these are Shop Hello Mary premium smalls right here. So this
Okay.
is cherry airheads, and this is like a platinum gelato crossed with lemon cherry gelato. So you're really getting those nice limonene terps and just those sweet cherry notes, but it also has like gassy and candy notes as well. So, dude, I get really excited about. I mean, I love cushiness as well, obviously, but
Sure. Sure.
some land races. I mean, I've
You're
got
saying
some
that's overly
sugar,
hyped. Now,
but man,
people
I
used to ask
love
me
those
why is
fruity.
indica overly hyped. They asked me early, dude, and I said it literally is the music. Like it got overly hyped in the music. So people were used to 2, 3 things. That's a 3 note thing. Obviously, that's commercial. That's how music works, right? It's the lowest common denominator. It's whatever hits the most people. But it informs the rest of the culture. That's how people dress. They decide they're going to wear sweatshorts all fucking summer or whatever. So it hits the whole world, whatever happens. And I said, that's how it happened. That's how people don't appreciate other things that were around because they didn't have access. Now that you do have access, I'm telling you, man, we just, you know, as long as we can get a THCA gram that's like 10 of a strain we haven't tried, even though we have a
Get
full
excited,
year long
yeah.
hookup, We
something
do it because
different.
we want the taste. We want to know, and then we see shit like we got cheetah piss and we got something that was called Canna Montana. We got all this wild shit and we're like, these are fucking delicious, number one, and they blow
Yeah,
your mind,
it's amazing. Yeah,
So no restrictions, like keep your mind open, man. There's good shit everywhere. And see, he's got his stuff down and it's different every year there. Those
yeah. I
strains you're
wish I
growing,
could
those are
grow.
all like there's a bunch of these. Well, this is a legal grow. I mean, but these are a bunch of Star Wars strains, right? So if you can introduce us, I know
Hmm.
it's in backwards, but just point at it.
Yeah, I can. It's
Point
easier
at it.
from above. This is a Kylo Ren F3 by Third Eye Genetics. It's Twisted Roots on YouTube, and this is a Boba's Fate by Third Eye Strains.
Oh,
And they
Canna
were started. They
Montana
were
is the
started.
killer. I got the bottle.
They started
I'm sorry, off grid. I
in
just had to tell Wendy.
these were started in March on the full moon, like 2 days before the full moon in March. These plants, and they just only
Look at that
window
perfect
lighting.
symmetry. I had an AK-47. Go back to that one real quick. I had an AK-47 off grid, and it had that perfect symmetry like that. And when it got up, it even got better. But then when it started to twist is when it started to grow. But its symmetry disappeared. It would not hang like that. Right now, it's like a fractal pattern. It's like sacred geometry. It's beautiful.
Yeah,
But it was like, I'm not going to be beautiful. I'm going to be me. It twisted itself to grow.
right.
Just a philosophical analog.
This is Moon Magic by Third Eye Strains. Moon Magic, and this is Twizzberries.
And you're not getting seedlings.
Twizzberries
It's all seed. It's all seed.
from seed. Yeah, from seed. Yeah, they're all from seed.
Oh, nice.
And those ones are known females. Those four right there. So we're still hunting two more girls.
I saw you
But
rip out 5 boys, I think, and you just ripped them out
so many.
unceremoniously. Like, man, I've been carrying you around for 3 weeks.
Yeah, so many boys. Yeah, because they're not sexed. They're just these are photo plants and unsexed seeds.
Right, right.
All right, this is that's another younger Moon Magic in case the other one, doesn't turn out or something. So you've got a backup plan. This is one of my local ones. I planted from seed in April.
That's awesome. Look at the symmetry on that one too. I see it's kind of
bag
lighter
seed,
too,
or
but
RBF4
beautiful.
is what I call it. This is True
Wendy says
Times
I'm a female, not to be thrown away, just to be picked up.
harvested. Right for harvesting, huh? It's True Times. This is True Times Chronic 24.
Nice round
This
leaves
is
on that. I don't see a lot. You see how rounded they are? That's a little bit different.
this one here. Yeah, it's sleeping.
Yeah, I think
They're starting to go to bed. They're starting to go to bed. This one's Jabba. Jabba, like Jabba the Hutt,
Right on.
Okay.
Jabba. This one's super indica. Like the leaves are really fat on this one. Super wide leaves for a little plant.
So there's like
It's
the
bushing
Dutch,
like
there's like
crazy.
the Dutch Cavendish plant, right? The cannabis plant, and then on the other side, there's really like the Indian like hemp plant, right? And those are like big, big granddaddies of everything and stuff. Because
Right.
like
Yeah,
certain
this
places
is
in the world don't even have weed. They have like seeds and bitter shit that they take. Not
right.
many of them, but certain of them.
This is another Kylo F3. In case something was to go wrong with the other ones, I planted to back up. And this
You'll
is
get
a
a
different
pound and
one.
a
This
half
is
out of each plant, right? Because you're going on the ground, right?
more. I'll get more.
More. See, that's
This
so
is
fucking badass,
this
bro.
is
More than a pound and a half
Kylo.
off of each bra.
This one's Kylo number 6. Kylo number 6 by Third Eye Strains. And then one more Truth Times Chronic. And that's all of them. But last year, Big Mama grew in this pot right here in the middle. And she made 6.3 pounds. It's a
Dang.
450 gallon pot. They're about 6.5 foot across from one side to the other.
My goodness.
Sheesh.
And
That's
then I got
beast.
another one over here. This is the garden vegetables. Got tomatoes, and some marigolds. Going here and a pepper, one pepper left. It's going
Hey,
all
off
right.
grid, you said you had your reasons for going to the gas station and drinking 2 bottles of wine from out of nowhere. You said you had your reasons. Well, you did just finish that phase, and started to bring them outside. I mean, was that part of it? Are you ritualizing the beginning of that season or what?
Yeah, I mean it was my friend, my friend. It's he's the
Okay,
breeder. He's the breeder for these.
okay.
All but the one plant that I started.
And
And
I'm
I
not
guess he
trying to
was.
get crazy personal. I just noticed. You know what I mean? Like I said, you
Yeah,
said you
he's.
planted them in the full moon.
Well, I found out he was having surgery again, and I worried about the guy, so I did stupid thing and went and got sauced.
That's all right, man. That's all right. We all fall or just trip. We didn't really fall.
Yeah, never get back
You
up.
found the cure anyway. You found it easy. You found it in $6 a bottle. That's cheap.
Oh, it was the one bottle was cheaper than that, and the one was more than that. But yeah, something like that. Yeah.
I'm pretty familiar, man. I know what a juice costs. All right, I'm gonna
I
roll up
keep it
because
simple with some Bud Ice.
Bud Ice is cool. Yeah, that's a nice balance. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you know how ice brew what that means, right? They take the mash, they brew it up like you would, ferment the whole deal, and then they start to freeze it. And then when the ice crystals come, they take them out. Well, the only thing that freezes is the water, so it brings up the alcohol level. And the reason they call it gravity is because you measure alcohol in like this bobbin like tool. So, gravity mean, not really because it's all about like the massive material that pushes it up. But anyways, they call it gravity because it goes up and down. But yeah, so ice brew means as they're chilling it after brewing, it starts to form ice crystals. They dredge them out traditionally and throw them away because there's no alcohol in that. It's water. So it brings your 4.5 or 5% up to 6 to 8.
Yep.
And that's that. That I understand. It's simpler than, you know, 742 strains that are crossing and meeting each other every year. That stuff's a little beyond me, but
Yep.
it's
And
still the
it
same
works good.
amazing. It's still
What
the same
material
amazing,
is
like,
that piece? And by the way, I can only
what's
see
that?
the comments when I click on it because I'm using my browser. For some reason, when I tried to enter, it didn't load, so I had to put the link into my browser, and so I'm kind of having to do it in a different
Hey,
way.
hey, man, that's okay. I'll go way back up. Okay, I was
No,
reading
I've
them
been
up
reading
to.
it.
Oh, she just.
I've been reading. What
Okay, okay.
material is this piece? It's a glass Grav Lab pipe. It's an amber. It's dirty. It's an amber
Right, right.
Sherlock pipe, and it works really good. So I had a stroke, so the right side of my body doesn't work very good. So it's real easy for me to hold with my right hand. I can just kind of cup it like that, and then use my left hand to light it with. So I like pipes like that. It just makes it easier for me to use.
For sure. Yeah. And I'm dyslexic, but I also always lead with my left. So when I get confused, because these are just sevens, I can't do that trick. I'm like, oh, this is my bowl hand. And my bowl hand has, I mean, it's not for stroke result, but it has its own little hang. Like it hangs around here because it's been doing this for that long,
Yeah,
So I kind of have a bowl hand, kind of develop it over 40 years of use.
yeah, for sure.
Well, I just rolled one up. I hope it doesn't open back up because the gum wasn't real good. Cheers, everybody.
But I actually I won this in a prize at a hemp festival last year in Austin, Texas. So,
Right on, right on. The final dip there looks a little bit severe though. It's kind of hard to clean in that final little elbow.
yeah, I guess
Unless you use a solvent.
you're gonna need a pipe cleaner.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
But what I do is I soak it in alcohol, so it doesn't take much. I just need to
Right.
do it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I only have like a 70% isopropyl right now. It's not enough. It would have to be higher, I would think.
I can
Yeah, the
usually
gum
get the
fell off on that.
majority of it clean though with some alcohol, as long as you do it, you know, reasonable time.
Right, right. What material? Oh, that you asked. Okay, and he answered. And what's he say? Off Grid's got that. I got to push up because of that referral link thing that they use in StreamYard. I'm so sorry. It's silly. Up, up, down.
Oh, I've got a Grav Labs chillum as well, and I also have I have multiple chillums.
Is that like a blue purplish color? Because I have one as like a joint tip. It's about that color.
Do I have a purplish chillum?
No, no, no. Is that one like blue purple? Because I couldn't really tell if it was dark black or if it had some glow.
This is amber. It's just dirty. It's amber.
Oh, okay, okay, right on.
It's just dirty. Yeah.
It's red up.
Yeah, it's a reddish brown glass.
Yeah, I see off grid. Off grid's rezzed up with chunks sticking to it too. You know what I mean? It's got chunks. You can heat that up from the bottom and just be around it.
Are you talking about his? Okay, I was misunderstanding what you
Yeah,
meant.
yeah. No, at that point, yeah, he was showing off the circle part, the circle
Yeah,
pattern. That's where like none of those cinders get into you, you know, because they get caught.
but I agree. Chillums are so easy to use and clean.
Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Take a wire
Got-
hanger through it, pop through it, and then just take some rubbing alcohol. Take a Q-tip. You're good.
Yeah, I mean, I always have my pipe tools here, but you know, I use them for a scoop more than anything. Everything, you know, I don't know. I just maybe I have a sense to keep enough aeration that it doesn't clog, you know, and then when it's time to clean it, it's totally brand new, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I've been doing it forever, man.
Oh yeah.
Forever. Yeah, Ghost was in here earlier. I am gonna carve him a chillum, and he's like, "Are you a woodworker?" I said, "No," but the dude who is a stone worker who said it to you, he forgot it probably as soon as he said it. I'll actually do it, you know, and then I'll get out my little grind tool and give you a ghost as like a little logo, you know. But it's like I'll actually do it. I'll enjoy learning to do it, you know. Do I have to be a woodworker to work wood? Nope. I'm not gonna have to own it. I'll just do it. Right.
That's how you do it.
Cheers,
You
everybody.
just do it. You just do it, Joe. That's how you do it. That's how you get better.
No, no, I know you bore through the middle. You make it conical. I've owned one. I know how to deconstruct. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I always wanted to make my own out of a stone that I find myself. I haven't done it yet out of a stone.
And that's the deal. Yeah, he got offered one, and he offered to pay too. This is Ghost, and it's not like I want his money, but he got offered to, you know, he offered to pay, and it's not like that. But I'm saying it was from stone, and dude did it with all hand tools, so it takes a lot of time. Like he didn't use a Dremel; he just would go through it by himself, do it meditatively, you know, take his time with it. So you can do that, especially with the materials you can find around,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, you can
Yeah,
totally drill the whole thing by hand, little at a
yeah,
time, you
yeah.
know?
For me, no, I'm not going to mess with stone because let's say I make some progress and I don't understand about how I'm going to hit the cleave and break the whole damn thing. I'll deal with wood. I know how to work with wood. I can feel it and I can wet it up a little bit, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I say that all the time. Smoke them if you got them.
Break the cleave. You say break the cleave every day. I know you do, man. I say code Be Real for the best deal at most sites.
Hey man, I love
And
that
there's
too.
nobody who has one for JK.
Dude, I want to say thank you, Joe. A lot of people have joined my channel because of you. I appreciate that.
I saw a good 4 people go over there. That's really cool, bro. Yep.
You got a
And you
lot
know
more
what?
than 4 people over there, bro. You
I just
probably got
won,
me
and
about 10 or
I'm going to
15
tag you up on all
subscribers.
that.
I'm not gonna lie.
I think 11. I think 11. I counted. I'm accurate. No, it was 4, man. It was 4.
I'm saying like
But
total. I
anyways,
think
no,
you've
I got my
gotten
winnings
over the
coming,
time.
man.
I
I'm
think
totally
you've
going to
gotten me a lot
celebrate
of
and shout you
professionals.
out and do all that.
Yeah, and that's what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to be. If we're a true community, that's what we're supposed to do, right? We're supposed to
Yeah.
help each other out. So
I got no agenda. You can ask any of
And it's
these
not
people
really
that have
about
actually,
helping
you
each
know.
other. It's about, hey, we're showing you guys, hey, you want some more cool content? Go check that guy out too. You know.
And
So
also,
when one
yeah, but
person's
also,
not
I
doing
support
something,
people. I support people's commercial interests. I want them to grow and all that. I'm just not in it, you know. I'm not here to do that. Like, if I can get you guys to meet each other, shake hands, find out you got a bunch of similarities, differences, and interests. I mean, how many things are you into off grid? You do a lot of things because you're homesteading. You're doing everything around there, you know.
Everything. Every everything.
There you
Everything.
go. There you go. So it comes up, man. It comes up, and that's the best thing to share this knowledge with each other.
yeah, I find that fascinating too about self survival. That's pretty cool. I'm not self sufficient, but I think it's pretty cool. And we can pick up little things that we can use, you know, from learning about it, you know.
Yep.
Apply
Yep.
apply little things in our lives, you know.
Hmm.
I still know about buildings and gas stations. Like I said, you know, I've worked enough of that to know, and you know, they're always going to need me there. You know, somebody's got to babysit the fucking grape cola, and then you
I
make
mean,
friends with all those people. Like I said, and then they become real. And somebody's gonna have to house the grape cola. I'll babysit it. I'll take an AK with me. I'm just not hitting anybody. They can shoot me first. It's a joke. I'll leave it empty. But the future's gonna be rough, man. The future's gonna be rough. A convenience store is not going to be that convenient. I remember when they stopped giving us cups in DC. That was funny as shit. Some of these stores, they'd be like, "No, you pay," and then they give you an empty cup. Shit's funny, man. But one day it'll get all locked down. We got to
hey
be here
Joe, I
for each
got
other.
this is a time capsule. This is here is a Dremel that I found. Some old man saved it and only used it like twice ever. This old Dremel, and it's
When
in
did
its
those
original.
come out? In the 70s?
I think this is a Model One. Hang on, like it has a original manual with it. It's
There
still
you
in here,
go. There you go.
and
There you
it
go.
totally is made in Racine, Wisconsin,
Oh,
and it
it's a
has
Dremel one. Oh my goodness, I see that, bro. I have
it
like
has
a Wanco or something. I have a fake ass.
yeah, it has a bunch of attachments in there. The original attachments are in here. But
Killer,
the
bro.
Wild. That's wild.
the time capsule, it works good.
So off grid, I've told you this because when I worked in the recycle center, the older guys, I mean, they would just grab antique tools. You know what an antique like plug-in drill is worth? You know what I mean? So they had, you know, $20,000 every couple of weeks picking up stuff like that. They're never even gonna sell it. Their kids might have it. Their kids will probably walk it to the curb, dude. I'll be honest with you. They'll be like, "This isn't
Mhm.
a playable, you know, this isn't Steam compatible or Wii or whatever. Just fucking throw it away." But yeah, that stuff's cool, man. I have my mom's original Leatherman because she left her Leatherman. Sorry, Spiderman.
Nice. Yeah, it's amazing that it's still working. You know, like think how many of the Chinese ones have died, and this USA one's still alive.
Hmm.
Racine, Racine.
Yeah, that's what it says. Yep.
Well, hey, be real. When
Dremel.
I get that stuff, I will totally tout it. So you say from the 14th and the 19th, you'll be in Maryland because you're actually looking to move towards Maryland.
Yeah, I'm looking to move in Maryland. Yeah, that's what this trip's all about, really. It's about seeing if this is going to be a good fit for me. So,
Okay, well, you know, I mean, are you looking at job prospects already? Like, do you think you have ins?
I mean, they've already offered me the job. I'm going to see if I want the job.
Ah, there we
Yeah,
go. There we go. See,
yeah,
I would never speak for you and say that, but I kind of figured that. So that's
yeah.
why I kind of
I'm
asked
just not
you
announcing
because I
that I
wouldn't say
have.
that.
I'm not announcing that I'm actually doing it, except for I've,
Yeah, no,
you know, because it's, you know, I'm going to see if this is the right fit. So I'm not. I'm pretty much doing it, but it's a chance that I may not take it. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna go find out. That's what this
I'll
trip's all
tell you,
about.
it's amazing that you're coming anywhere near me, or excuse me, that you're gonna visit anywhere near me.
No Diddy.
Somewhere I don't know what to say, you know. But anyway, what I was saying is, yeah, 14th and 19th. If I knew about it like 10 days ago, maybe I would have known something. But in this case, if you do happen to come back, I will meet you in DC. I can show you like 3 or 4 just really fantastic things that you and your family, you and other people's family and kids, everybody can enjoy. So yeah, they're totally Christian and blue color. They're not red light. They're all good. So please, man, let me be an ambassador to a little bit of DC, a little corner when you come around.
Thank you. Yeah, definitely, absolutely. I mean, we'll definitely hook up, man, because yeah, there's some sightseeing I need to do. I've been to DC obviously a couple times, but I
Sure.
don't have any
But I've been
experience
to
with
DC.
Maryland or any of that area, so like this is all a new experience for me. So
See, this is the thing. Be real, like Dougie, he'll talk about this on his channel because he's from or he's in New York, and he's like, "Well, everybody's been to New York, but it could have been a day." So it's like, yeah, I've been to DC. I'm 3 miles from the capital where I grew up, But I've also been to DC on the bus with my school, where we go to the mall and we do everything that everybody else does. You know what I mean? So there's
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
different going to DCs.
I've done the school trip a couple times. Yeah.
Hell yeah! I hope everybody does. It's awesome. And then go to Baltimore for museums because I'm from Maryland. I won't leave that behind. Baltimore has fantastic museums. They have the man. What's the outside? They have an outside sculpture garden. It's just killer.
Cool.
All bronze, like laying down objects. These big laying down figures and stuff. It's really cool.
Yeah, so I'm excited. Yeah, it's going to be a good experience. I've been wanting to get into the hemp and cannabis industry in some way, and
Right.
so I started my YouTube channel about 7.5, 8 months ago, and I've always had, obviously,
Mm,
I've always had an interest in that, and I was trying to find a way to get involved, and I did the IG at first, and I was like, all right, everybody keeps saying start a YouTube channel, so I did, and
right. Right.
and then as I did it, I just started making connections. Like you said, it's about the connections you make and everything. So I
Yeah.
started making a lot of connections and started getting sponsored from my YouTube videos. And I'm still not a big content creator, but started making a lot of connections, getting a lot of sponsors, and then the people liked the way I did things, and they liked the
Yeah.
way they started learning about me and learning about what I do for a living. I do marketing and sales for a living. I've always done that in some way. And so
Right.
they're like, you know what? You would be a good fit for us. And so
They got a
this is a
they
company
got an
that's been
empty seat. Like
sponsoring
that's
my
what I said. I
videos,
mean,
and now they're offering me a job. So, like, yeah, um,
in
this
the
is
in
a
the
dream come
speech of the
true.
day, you see what I did there because I didn't want to speak for you. I was like, hey, maybe you have some prospects out there. Just thinking like you probably do if you're looking and thinking about moving.
Hmm.
You probably do. That's all.
Yeah.
And that's important, man. We need security in life. Check a day over there or check a day over here. Which one's the better? What's the better fit? That's what we
Hmm.
work on. It's give and take. You're
Well,
not
my
gonna have it
problem,
all, not at once.
my problem, I wasn't passionate with what I was doing. I wasn't happy with my career. It wasn't even about the money, although more money is nice, right?
Right.
More money is always nice, more security in that. But I was definitely unhappy, and I was literally just working to pay bills. And that's a miserable place to be when you're in your 40s. You don't want to be in that place in your 40s. You want to be in a career, you know.
Yeah.
And so I'm real happy. This is a great opportunity.
Yo, Karen. Karen's back in for a few. She had a
Cameron,
meditation. I hope you feel better. I hope that was healing.
welcome
Oh, and
back.
that's what I did to fix the lighting. I put my flash bulb on. It can't get worse. Like I have to have the worst lighting. That's a $1 flash
I
bulb.
could have like a prettier background, but this is comfortable. I'm on my
Yeah, yeah.
sectional, and this is
A
comfortable.
nice
I'm on
a
my
nice
couch.
tapestry, yeah.
So, like I just want to chill. It's been a long day.
He needs a nice tapestry, yeah. Glitz and glamour behind him.
Yeah, at least for tonight.
You have any puppies or anything that hang out with you over there? You have any animals, any puppies or anything?
Are you talking to me or are you talking to him?
Yeah. Well, I know that Off Grid does. I was just talking in the sense of YouTube, man. Everybody likes a mascot. That's all I'm saying. I'll just throw
I
that
mean,
out
I
there.
have I have lizards. I've got lizards.
There you go. There you go. That's a
Hey,
winner
Gus.
too, man. That's a
Hey,
winner.
Gus.
Off Grid's
Big
got
boy.
animals eating his plants
Big
every day
boy.
over there.
Big
So
boy. Hey. Come here.
He's gonna put this
Yeah,
Gus
that's
on his
fine.
shoulder.
I would
I
like to have a
doubt it.
dog, maybe one day.
Big boy.
Gee
There you
whiz.
go. There you go. So you have lizards? What kind of lizards do you have?
Leopard gecko, bearded dragon.
Okay. Do you feed them from the pet store or do you feed them from nature?
Oh, you can't feed them from nature, unfortunately.
Okay. Okay. So do they eat
Unfortunately,
like gut
there's too
filled?
many
What is it?
parasites.
So do they eat like gut filled crickets and stuff like that, or what do they eat?
Yeah, that's my main. That's the main source of diet. I also,
I know that's a big
if you
puppy. I
guys
was
really want to
joking about
hear
the
about it, I
shoulder.
also can breed roaches and stuff like that to save money. Crickets are actually very gross and they stink really bad. So if you're going to keep them indoors, you can't keep very many of them at a time because it'll stink up whatever area of the house it's in. So,
So
like
you
if you
you
have a
have like a
garage
breeding
or
you
something
have
like
breeding
that,
for
that's your
food?
best bet. But I live in an apartment, so I keep it in a
Can you show us
closet by
breeding?
the front door.
Can you
Hmm?
show us breeding for food? You actually breed beetles or something?
No, I breed roaches, dubia
Well, those
roaches,
are beetles, I believe.
which are illegal in Florida. You're not allowed to have them in Florida, but in any other state you can have them, because if they get out, they can become a pest. You don't want that to happen. But dubia roaches cannot survive hardly in any state outside of Florida naturally, so it's not really an issue. So, anyways, but I just breed them. It takes like 6 months for them to reach maturity, and then they breed
Hell
like
no.
roaches, and you save a ton of money. So, an adult roach,
No.
if you buy them from a pet store, you're going to pay about $1 a piece. And my
Dang.
lizard can eat 2 or 3 of those in one meal, so I'm not going to do that. You know what I'm saying? My lizard could cost me $25 to $50 a week if I bought all my food from the pet store.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
That's why I
expensive.
was asking. Yeah.
Yeah. So I do breed roaches for my bearded dragon because he'll eat as much as you can feed him. You know what I'm saying? So
Wendy gasped at roaches, and Care Bear was like, "Roaches!" And they're gasping at the roaches. I said
the funny
beetle.
thing is the
I said
roaches are
beetle,
cleaner
guys.
than the crickets.
I've seen them. They're bad, man. I got a fear of them. Like in St. George, Utah, when the sun goes down at night and the street lights come on, they are everywhere. They crawl up out of the sewers and on the sides of the houses. Fucking millions of them, dude. You can
Those
see
big
them
sewer
fucking
boys,
everywhere. So
Madagascar.
they're
Those big
they're people's
Madagascar sewer roaches from downtown are nasty, brah. They
all
are.
the
But
so
that's
they
why
have
I said the
all
word
the
beetle, bruh. But it's different,
all
you
the
know. They're
houses.
different,
The only they
bro.
can't eradicate the roaches because they live everywhere in the ground and all over everywhere, like around there. And
Yeah.
so
They
they
eat each
spray
other.
all the
They have a
houses
good
with
time. It's
poison.
crazy.
They spray all their houses with poison to try to repel the roaches. So they live in poisonous houses, like covered and drenched in poison all the time. At the poison inside their houses. Like I wouldn't
Well,
live
not
in
the
there,
one that
man.
Be Real is carefully cultivating. He's cultivating
Yeah,
some animals down there for food.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it
I
saves me
wouldn't
a
move to
ton of
St.
money,
George.
and
Stay away from
honestly,
that.
they honestly it depends on what you feed them. So what I do is I feed them fresh veggies. So we're talking
Yeah,
carrots, lettuce, spinach. Just different types of greens, mustard greens, that kind of stuff. And
right.
what I do is so my bearded dragon will eat veggies as part of their diet. So it's like part of
Yeah, yeah.
like a salad. You slice it up in real tiny slices. And then what I'll
That's
do is
cool.
I'll take the extras of the plant. So I'm not going to buy veggies just to feed my bugs, but I'll take the extras. When you cut up a lettuce head, you're not going to eat the whole head. There's going to be some waste, right? So the waste
Right,
material
right.
of the plant, I'm going to take that and I'm going to put little pieces of that into the bug container and they're going to eat off of that. And every day I'm taking that out and throwing out what they don't eat and putting in a fresh piece. So I'm not
You
getting
still
any
got you
mold.
still got a
It's
chance to
fresh.
compost.
Yeah, there's no
Off
stench.
grid.
And the
I'll have
bugs,
to
the
speak for off
roaches
grid. You
only
have one more
stink.
step to compost that lettuce that you cut off, so
Yeah,
you still
so
have more work
the
to do.
roaches will only stink if you allow them to stay in a dirty
Right.
environment. So if I keep it in a clean box with just paper for them to hide under and fresh veggies
Right.
that I take out every day, then they're cleaner than crickets. Like, I hate crickets. They stink whether you feed them clean or not. They stink so bad. Oh,
And you
if
know
you've
what?
gone fishing,
They
you
look
know what I'm
like
talking
they
about.
look
They
like they have
stink.
long
Oh,
coats. They look
so
like they have long coats, and they look at you through the glass, and they're like, "Can you please let us go?" It looks like old photographs from Ellis Island, you know. They
yeah.
look like they have long coats, and they stand up. Please let us go.
So the beardy is
No, no,
asleep and
no,
the
no.
leopard gecko is shy, or I'd bring him out. But
No, no, no. Care Bear, it's totally true. Like, if they're eating like rotten garbage, they're gonna smell like rotten garbage. You know what I mean? But there's also other ones like stink bugs and certain other silverfish. It doesn't matter what they eat, they stink. You know what I mean? Like they smell anyway. So
and I keep a lid on it, and I put it. You know, it's not. You won't be able to smell it as long as you take care of it. So.
that's that's exactly why I asked you, do you feed them from the pet store or naturally? You said you can't feed them naturally, but you have a system in place that is breeding, you know. So yeah, I mean, it's basically science, you know.
Okay, I'm essentially I'm farming like off grid would probably do, huh? So I'm farming my own bugs for my lizard. Yeah.
Heck yeah, man.
I used to.
Cultivation, man.
I had. I had two leopard. No, they were Jackson chameleons, is what I had,
hmm
and they were, dude, mesmerizing to watch them walking and changing colors. You could watch them for hours. You'd smoke up, and you could watch these guys like for
Change
hours,
colors.
and
Yeah.
like they were pretty amazing.
That's cool.
But
Those are more
I just,
difficult to take care of, though.
I fed them crickets and mealworms.
hmm Mealworms are another option. I don't ever think about that because mine don't like them.
So yeah, so Jimmy, you know, he lives backed up to an undeveloped area and then a golf course. But in between where he is and the golf course, and this famous golf course, a lot of shit went down there. This huge family owned it and all. But anyways, it's not far. But there's a bit between the fact that he's at the end of the neighborhood in a cul-de-sac and where that starts, and that's just basically natural. So one of the reasons otherwise that I asked, he was always feeding by going out there and mining out mealworms and things from just the untouched ground, feeding them. And I think they died while he was gone. And they were whoever he left them with were feeding them out of the pet store too. So there's other like diseases and bacteria and whatever that might be on their, on their exoskeletons and stuff that are coming from them mixing with all these things from all around the world in the pet store, by the way. They're from all around the world. There's microbes and all kinds of different things from all around the world in that one room. I don't go in the place. Man, I can hardly walk through the detergent aisle at the grocery store. I can't breathe in that place. You know what I mean? I got too many
Yeah,
allergies, so I don't go to the
that's a
pet store, but
concern.
I'm just
Yeah.
saying, like, with diseases on their backs, you can't discount that. He's just been pulling things from some land that's been undisturbed since the 60s, and that's what they've been
That is
eating for the
true. That
past,
is true.
yeah,
I
so it's
try to
different.
always encourage people that if you are going to buy, if you are going to buy a reptile, first off, try not to buy it from a pet store, and then try to make sure that you don't buy it from a source that caught wild. Make sure you're buying from a breeding source. Somebody that's responsible.
They'll
Um,
do like certs and vaccinations or whatever they legally have to do. Don't pay in cryptocurrency. Russia's probably not your first choice. There's a lot of rules.
yeah,
But
See,
yeah,
one thing is if they won't show you a picture of where the animals was bred, it's mom and dad and where it was born. Like, where did it grow up? Can I
hmm
see a picture where? Like, if they won't
yeah.
show you a picture, there's something up.
Right, because first of all, if you get a wild caught, first of all, you're going to have issues with parasites. You're going to have to deworm them and all that crap. And then second of all, you're going to have to tame them. So you're going to have all kinds of problems if you get wild caught
Hmm.
compared to a bred animal that's
I
been
dropped my
tamed
lighter. I'll be back in
and
a minute.
handheld and all that.
Man, I appreciate all that. Where did you get yours, if not a pet store?
I did. I got mine from a pet store.
Yeah, I
Okay,
think
all right. Well, Reddit's
my
out there. Just be careful.
my
No
Yeah, my
crypto.
chameleons came from like a PetSmart or a Petco, I think, somewhere
Mhm.
long time ago.
But see, there's so many animals that have been turned over. Just like when you go to get a dog, I always encourage people go get one that's been abandoned. Rehomed animal. Like because there's so many that need to be adopted, and it's the same thing with reptiles. And so many people get into it and they get passionate about it and they just burn out. I've actually gone through a situation where I got so excited about it when I first got into the reptile keeping that I got more reptiles than I could take care of. And I didn't realize it until it got too much. And I had to surrender one of them back to the pet store. I was like, I'm sorry, I can't do it. They're like, no, we'd rather you do it now than when it's too late, when you're not giving it the attention that it deserves and all that stuff. So like within a few weeks I realized I was over my head. And so I was like, all right, let me just start with a couple. You know what I mean? So but that happens a lot with people, and a lot of people don't care, and they either neglect it till they die, or a lot of people will just abandon them in the wild. That's why we have all those snakes in Florida and stuff in the Everglades that are taking over. But that's because people just let them loose instead of taking care of them.
Yeah, it's like a vacation syndrome where they see something like I need to have one. Maybe they sneak it in, but they
Yeah.
get it home, and after a couple weeks, they don't care, and it doesn't have the dignity to die. So it just goes out there and it lives its own life. It finds other snakes, and then there
Damn
you go,
it,
man. You got
die
cat and mouse
already.
everywhere. So that's too bad, man.
Yeah. So
Well, short-sightedness is bad. Remember, you can't own any entity, right? So even if you have a pet, you kind of, you guys have a back and forth. He uses you, you use him, back and forth.
Yeah, Mr.
There's no
Gus, you're free to
ownership. You
go.
can't say.
You're free to go at any time, Mr. Gus.
Yeah, yeah.
He's
I'll tell
looking.
that turtle, man. I'll be like, look, man, if you start getting too difficult, you're just gonna have to walk.
Yeah, right. I'd be chasing after him so fast. I'd be like, "No, no, don't leave! I didn't mean
This
it."
isn't my first turtle, buddy. This is not my first turtle. You turn on me, you get to step in. I know you're gonna try to walk towards water somewhere.
Yeah, yeah, kiss. Yeah,
So,
I know. Thank you, buddy. Thank you. Good
well,
boy.
hey guys, I'm gonna have to get off of here because I still got to do some packing before tomorrow, do some cleaning up
cheers,
a
bro.
little bit.
All right.
But I'm
Well, have a
I'm
great
really excited.
experience in Maryland. I'm sure you will. It's going to be nothing but celebratory, even as you're collecting the details, because I know you're gonna have to.
Yeah, I got a lot going through my head. I feel overwhelmed. I feel excited. I feel nervous. I feel anxious. It's all happening at once, but it's like all
I
these good feelings. You know what I mean? So,
I've already told you that I see anxious and nervous, and the only reason that I say just immediately put that way and go boldly forward is because
yeah.
you know you're doing the right thing, and that's where you put that aside and just go.
Hmm.
Just go.
Absolutely. Well, hey guys, thank you
Everybody
for
here is
letting
doing
me
the right
out.
thing, being real. Being real. Be real for the best deal. Most sites.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you so much, everybody in the chat. You guys are so friendly and so kind. And off grid, it was good to see you, man. So, hey, Joe, thank you for letting me be a part of your platform tonight.
Yes, and I had to ask Wendy about plants, whether Wendy was in the grow, or whether Wendy was a vegan. It's neither one. It's all creativity. It's all around. So thanks, Be Real.
Yes, sir. You guys
Good
have
night.
a wonderful night. Peace out.
Peace out, man. See ya. I won his last giveaway, which was the Shop Hello Mary. I ended up getting a full half ounce that's going to be delivered. I'll tell you guys the truth, good, bad, and ugly for sure when it comes. Free. I didn't even have to pay the $2 I thought that I needed
I
to.
thought it
That's
was
package
$2.
protection and it was optional. I took it off.
Not
The package protection was optional. I took it off. I didn't even have to
nice.
spend that 271 for that half. So we'll find out how good it is.
That's great.
It's
So you still have like 14 cents credit or something.
that's lost. We'll let it go. But I think they
You
gave
let it
him his
go.
affiliate code. Yeah,
Hell
we'll
yeah.
let that go. But he got his affiliate code, I think. So that means he gets
Nice.
his payment for the impression.
Huh. Yeah, I don't know how none of that stuff works. That's
Yeah,
I
yeah,
just
yeah.
smoke ganja and
Well, I
grow it.
mean,
I just grow it, and and then
Every
we
time
watched.
somebody says promo code or checkout code or whatever, it's called a bounce back in the industry, right? So it means that I know who told you to save 10% because it was code Joe G. So then it bounces back to me. They say, here's your commission for making that connection, 20 cents, blah, 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 whatever it is. But in his case, remember, I'm spending $0 and I won it on his channel. Congratulations for winning. And then I use code Be Real for the best deal at the checkout. I save even on the $40 of zero. And you know what I mean? And then they still check out. And then they're like, you got a new sale, you got a new commission in the bank. And that's ghost money that maybe you can cash out later. I don't know. I don't care, you know? But it's all up. It's all positive, whether it's just numbers or whatever, you know? You guys ever try RSO? Hey, off grid, have you ever tried RSO?
Yeah, so 3 times I
Because he,
think.
when I was telling him about plate
Well,
pushing,
well, three times with this particular RSO, or
okay,
3 or 4
three times.
times with this particular RSO, and this shit is powerful. Oh my god! Like
Yep.
it had me straight tripping.
Yeah, it does.
I
Yeah,
was
it does, doesn't
I
it?
was messed up. I'd
I can't
made my
wait.
own and
I
took
can't
it
wait.
before, and it didn't do anything like that. It wasn't that strong. But this stuff here is really, really concentrated or something. Yeah.
Wendy, I guarantee I'll do some videos on my channel with like the MREs that have their own little oven. I'll definitely do some. I mean, they're all like, nah, what do you think? Like that lasagna is going to be great? Nah, it might be mid, but I will do that. I'll do some videos like that, Wendy. I'll keep that in mind because I like to do that. I like the process.
Yeah, it was just overpowering. It was way too much, and I'm a super experienced stoner with a huge tolerance. I mean, to be fair,
Yep,
the
yep.
last time I did it, I did eat like 500 or 600 milligrams of edibles, and I'd been smoking before that. And then I took that RSO, and I was on. Well, I don't even know. I left the solar system. We were gone.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Was all huddling
It's a
next to the
ride,
wood
man.
stove and had to make a fire. I was all sweating and then like Gollum down there and shit. And I puked on the floor and
Why
I
do
was
you need
all
to make
chugging
a
water
fire
and
when you're
shit.
sweating to save everybody else? Like, what? I was just wondering. I was just
I
wondering why
had
does it
I
have to
had
be
goose
warm when you're sweating?
I had goosebumps. I had the cold chills, like the
I had a well, you know, you can't tell your temperature. And speak of lizards, if you really, really get the right mushroom, you get lizard brain. You get sticky fingers. You're fucking everything gets cold, but now you got a fever. You know, you really get lizard brain, and for a minute, you know. And my son was out there, and our heater would kick on for like 3 minutes, kick off. It wasn't doing anything. It was still cold. But our son was just out there working. No big deal. He's a big boy, you know. But my wife was here, and I was like, he listening to the heater like come on and do nothing, and it was still cold. And I was like, it's so cold. And I grabbed her, and I was like, do we have to call him? Does he have to come back? He's outside. It's so cold. She was like, no, no, it's a normal day. It's fine. And I'm like, they're gonna fix that, you know. And then I got them to fix the heater like the next day. But when it was just like that immediate panic, I was like, he's out there. It's colder out there. He can't be doing well. Let's call him. What should we do? Fuck that job. Fuck everybody, you know. And she's like, no, it's okay. And then I got the heater fixed. So we all won. MRE guy, you like him? Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'll totally do some MREs because I love the process of like the chemical stove. You know, when you get those metal shavings and shit, and then you pour the water
yeah,
in, and then it.
MRE Steve like 1989 on YouTube. It's a channel.
Not
That's
me
all he
personally, but
opened.
she just shared one. What'd she do? What'd she do? Let's see. He was born in '89. He's young. He's young for that.
I think so. Yeah, he reviews MREs and he was gone for a few years, but he came back recently. I think he's uploading videos like this year. But he's
Wendy
got a
is sharing
lot
that
of
one right now. Yep, it's Steve 1989 MRE. She's sharing it right
yeah,
now. Thanks,
yeah,
Wendy.
something like that.
I've
Yeah,
seen
the
him.
guy's
Yeah, of course I
he's
have.
fun.
I've seen
He
him.
smokes the old cigarettes like from Vietnam and stuff. They're in 4 packs or 5 packs or
Right,
whatever. He pulls them
right,
out and he smokes
right.
these old cigarettes. It's great. He doesn't even smoke
I
cigarettes,
wonder
but
if
he's
he
like, I
does.
enjoy an old cigarette, a
I
50-year
wonder if
old
he's
cigarette.
actually. I mean, in Vietnam, when the GIs were there, right? they would literally just roll like rogue cannabis and shove them in the cigarette pack and sell it to the GIs with no, just but it would be like shit cannabis, like every leaf and stem you could imagine. But they would just be like and just hand it over in the same wrapper, So I wonder if he's ever run across those.
I don't know. I don't know.
I know that it's really cool, like when they used to have a match, you know what I mean? Like it was included. It was like, here you go for your smoke. Here's your 3
Oh
rolls of
yeah,
toilet paper or 3
you get
folds.
like 2 little square pieces of gum and a little paper matchbox and
Right,
a
right,
matchbook and then there was like a little pack of salt and a little pack of sugar, a little thing of maybe pepper, and
Oh,
you'd
so
have a
he
little
does it
thing of
100% right now, living a day like a soldier. Okay, okay. Yeah, see, that's where I kind of, I will do MRE things. Like I said, thanks for bringing it up because I enjoy it. But that's where I draw the line. I won't glamorize it because, people who think one thing or the other is the answer are wrong. It's not about all this way or all that way. I don't want to be involved in that, in encouraging that. Like if he really thinks, man, I love it. And he says, I love living on MREs and pulling my boots. I don't believe you. I really don't. I think it's more nuanced than
no,
that in over 2 weeks.
no, you don't
I
want to
loved
eat
it in
those. No,
Portlandia.
you don't want to eat those,
They had a
man.
Portlandia where they saw the van life stuff as a couple. And they were fantasizing about it, but it came around to the reality where they're eating out of 7-Eleven and stuff. And she's like, I'm tired of fucking gas station burritos. I was like, yeah, that'll
Yeah,
happen. Watch out, man.
right.
Watch out. Anyway, I'm just saying, like, I fall short of encouraging somebody to be like, oh, this is so great, because it's not. I mean, it's not like your mom or your grandma making you food or a good restaurant or whatever. It's not. It's survival.
Yeah, you're taking your chances, on the roller grill hot dogs. You really are.
That's true. That's true.
You
That's true.
got
Yep.
take your life in your hands. I've gotten
Hey, man,
seriously
that's
ill
true.
from gas station food a few times, man. Like, yeah, it's not fun.
Yeah, we used to have the in a 7-Eleven, you have a grocery bill, so you have like $74 that you can spend before you get your check by writing it down, and then getting it back later. In the end, when I had kids and stuff and things got deeper, you couldn't get gas, right? But guess what? You could get gift cards. So I would get a gift card, go to the other 7-Eleven, put it in the gas pump. You see what I'm saying? Like, but I did rely on places like that to survive. So at least I know the signs. I know when it's dodgy. Man, if I
Right.
hit up a 4J's that's all nice, I mean, you must know a 4J's or two. Those things are like a heaven. You walk into that place, one of them that's like clean and stocked. You're like, whoa, you got everything. I get new shirts, I get a hat. And I'm like, oh, I'm a brand new guy by the time I walk out. I took a shower in the sink because I got new clothes and shit. I had to. You don't put on clean shoes on dirty feet, right? No,
That was
man.
like when the Petro truck stops just first came out or whatever around 2010 or
Yeah,
so. They were building them all over the country, and they were all brand new and shiny. All the bathrooms in there were all like marble tiles and all beautiful, like way nicer than any other truck stop. So of course the truckers were going to spend their money there.
right. Yeah. And they were
Versus,
already modeling something that did that. I can't remember the name. I'm seeing like yellow and red letters. I can't remember the name, but of course they did that in the 70s and stuff. But over time, everything
yeah,
got dingy and down, and
yeah,
there's no point in
Flying
cleaning
J,
it all.
yeah, Flying J, and then they got took over by Pilot.
Oh,
There's
and then the
still
other one I
some
was thinking
Flying
was,
J's
yeah,
out there,
Pilot.
but
Yeah,
they're owned by Pilot.
Pilot is yellow and red. Yeah, Flying
Yeah,
J is awesome. Yeah, but
yeah, TAs are red and blue. TA,
right, right. They
they're
look like
still out
airport.
there. Yeah, they're still
They look
out
like
there.
A or American Airlines.
Yeah,
Yeah, not Shell, but yeah. See, that's the thing. I was never in Shell. I was always in like the Mobile Corporation, and the Mobile Corporation basically got determined as a monopoly here, so they would have to like subname things Shell and stuff like that. And I'll tell you what, in Virginia now, even in a Shell station or a gas station, the inside uh, convenience store, they're being converted over to 7-Eleven on the inside. So the gas part's the same, but Southland's taken over inside. You used to
I
watch
think we
Wood?
have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got 5 speedways here that used to all be different things. Like they were Phillips 66 and Shell and some different things, and now they're all Speedway. They got bought up by them. I guess
That's pretty
Speedway.
crazy. Yeah.
I looked it up, and Speedway is owned by majority holder is Berkshire Hathaway. So it's Warren Buffett.
Yeah, and I think here they used to be Raceway and Racetrack here, and I think they were like South Carolina or something based, the ones that we had, but they were Raceway, not Speedway. But they flipped. You know, it's the same thing, really.
Yeah.
What's up, Ever? How you doing? You want to join up, Ever? Please say hi. No problem. I mean, when B Real's
Hello.
like he's tired, I'm tired too. But nah, I got
Still here. Hello.
scandalous. He doesn't want to join. He's mad at me and he forgot. I'm not mean. Yes, it's the year of the snake, Wendy. Snake.
I'm a rat. I am a rat. I'm from the year of the rat.
Yeah, we have a son that's a year of the rat. I am a horse. I'm an earth horse in Chinese astrology. Earth horse. I don't know 4 levels. I know 2.
Nice.
1978. Marry a rat early, never a dog. That's what the the paper says at the restaurant.
Oh yeah.
Never a dog.
that's
It gave me
funny.
3. It gave me 3 points of interest. Never marry a dog. You need to date somebody 11 years older or 11 years younger than you. And I was like, never mind. Just I don't want this. You know what I mean? Like, no, thank you. I don't believe it. I'll choose to ignore that. So, Ever, you're mad at me, but you want to talk to Off Grid. What'd you say? Off Grid? On the other hand. Oh, okay. So you're allowed to talk to. Okay. Fair enough. I'll just leave. Has that ever happened to you, Off Grid? People can leave you in their StreamYard channels. Like if you're like a authorized member, they'll leave you, and then the audience is still there, and you're just here, and you're like, oh,
I mean, I feel like I've been in one before when maybe the host dropped, but it only stayed up for like another 30 seconds or something, then it dropped.
right. No, man, they'll do it on purpose. Sometimes they'll just be like, bye, and and then you're just like, you're looking in physical space, like, I think he left. Everybody, goodbye. You know what I mean? It's a very awkward situation, man. Wendy wants me up here, but Ever's not going to join. So here you go, Wendy. Send it to Burger or somebody nice. I don't know.
If
He's all
I
making
was a
accusations. He's
deer
making
in
accusations.
the woods.
If I was a deer, were a deer in the woods. Let's see. Let's hear something by Jimmy. Okay, let's see. Deer in the woods. Let me see what I have. Let's start. It starts with the bottle. Is that okay? Let's listen to one Jimmy song like that. Where is Jimmy? Come on, join Jimmy. I'll send it to you again. No, I won't. He's not.
Your friends will introduce you when you are very young, and soon best friends you quickly will become. And even if you'd rather be alone, he'll never leave your side. Soon you'll try to run, find there is no place to hide. When things are going well, he'll whisper in your ear. And when things are going bad, he's hard not to hear. Try to ignore him and he'll talk through those you love the most. He's a demon disguised as a helpful, friendly ghost. And it started off all in fun, but soon enough it starts affecting everyone. The fortunate find God, but unfortunate for some. It starts with a bottle and ends with a gun. He'll offer you his
You're gonna get it. Ever's gonna get it now. He said, "Is that all good singing?" You know.
and in exchange
Now you're gonna
he'll
get it.
give him your
First of all, you're gonna have to listen to my phone call with the other guy. Then you're gonna have to listen to show. Then you're gonna have to listen to me sing ever, and you earned every minute of this. Ready? All right, here we go. That was a speech first. Jimmy's speech, phone calls. You earned it, ever. I'm so sorry, but you did this.
Take
You
that
did this.
fucking blueberry out of your ear and listen. All right, you stupid kids, you don't understand anything today. Burn your fucking SIM cards. You don't need them.
Rang, 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 rang.
Hey, Joe, fucker, call me. This is Raj. Very important. If you get to 1 o'clock, still call, okay? Thank you.
Oh shit.
Like, yo, this my homie right there. Actually, I was saying, this my nigga.
Yo, you asked for it, ever. That's what you get. Why don't you join up and start singing?
Here comes the foot.
No, so I thought, like, what did I offend? I thought maybe I offended you or some shit.
That's our cousin
That's when he
Roberto.
bounced. I was like, yo, what the fuck?
Nice.
Did I say something wrong or something? Like, what the fuck?
No, actually, Minnie's actually supposed to have his own stream. So that's actually, I didn't get any notification, but I didn't get notification for anything today.
Me neither. I haven't
signed
had
up ahead.
I haven't had any notifications in days, Joe. I'm like shadow banned on YouTube or some shit right now. I don't know what's going on.
Dude, I know. I've heard Off Grid sing. He sings really well. He was doing one of the ones I like to do because I can do it really well. Remember, I always said he's the action guy. Fuck, dude. Oh, Garth Brooks. I heard him singing.
Yeah.
I heard him singing,
Yeah.
but we were trying to listen to shows. Yeah, I mean, if Minnie's not doing his live, I'm missing something here. You know what I mean? Because I was supposed to be there. He's planning on doing it. Well, planning on doing it isn't the same, you know? I'm planning on sending him his buttons tomorrow, but he's got to pay me first. That's the answer to that question, you know what I'm saying? Woo! Okay, here's shows. Here you go. This is for you. Again,
Maybe
I'm telling you,
Maybe he took it.
you asked for it, ever. Listen in. Listen.
No, check it out. Check it out, motherfuckers. Look, I might get a little out of line when I do the shit I do.
Look at that fancy plane. Let me see it. Let's see the action.
I don't know what to say, bro. Like, for real, I don't know what the fuck to say. I get attacked from fucking different sides, and this is some shit. It's some shit, bro. Like, what the fuck? Well,
Yo.
What do you mean you get attacked? Who's attacking you? Nobody's attacking you.
Nobody's attacking you. And also, you gotta
what are we talking about, man?
Stop acting like Joe G. You know Joe G?
Yeah, I know Joe G.
He always goes live and then he fucking like turns his shit off like after 5 minutes.
He's a magician. He's a magician.
Joe G's alright, but he banned me and shit.
There you go, Ever. We'll spare you the rest. We'll spare you the rest. No, that's not happening right now.
Rang.
Ring.
Well, I got fired Friday evening. In the morning, my wife left me. Now I'm sitting here with a case of beer, hanging out under a tree. Now I got no money or a place to go, and nowhere I need to be. I'm just playing on the Fisher Price Dobro, and it sure sounds good to me. Now there's people out walking their dogs.
Yep. You got that
And they're
engineering
giving
down. You
dirty
got it.
looks to
Like, we got
me.
all kinds, man. My wife was
I'm
cracking
just
up. I
minding my
mean,
business.
I threw all of them at her.
Getting
She was
drunk
cracking up,
under
bro.
this old
She doesn't, you know what I
tree.
mean? Like, it was funny.
Now they don't seem to like my music, but I don't really care, you see. Cause I'm just playing on the Fisher Price Dobro, and it sure sounds good to me.
Okay. So I think we're on the same page. Okay. Ever? Okay, you
This
finally, you
is
win.
great.
Dancing girls. I saw a senorita with a flower in the hair. I said, shake it, senorita, shake it if you can. Shake it like a milkshake and do the best you can. Hey. But yeah, so Ever gets it now. He's like, I hate his voice. He's not talking about Jimmy, guys, contrary to popular belief. He's talking about Shelves. He hates Shelves' voice. That's funny. Okay. Oh, he thinks he's like, his My Paper Airplane is so nice. Oh, he's flexing on you. Ever thinks he can make better planes. I make all kinds of planes, and when they don't work, we bring them back. We re-engineer. There's a whole
Yeah,
team.
yeah. It's always a work in progress. Like, I'm gonna pull it out. Look, see, we just pulled out the wings and made a completely different plane. We pulled out the folds
Yeah,
on
yeah.
either side, and we took
That's
it.
okay. And if you hollowed that out, that would be like a deer point. That would be like a deer point because we made that kind too. So that would be like a
Yeah,
deer point on an arrowhead. You hollow it out and it has more hang time. Actually, we did a little bit.
yeah,
We did a little bit of hang time holes. We made interesting little holes.
yeah. It was a
The only thing
scramjet
that
before.
flies,
It was real fast. Now it dives though. It's diving. It's diving. It's always
the
a
only thing that flies over Ever. Meow. Take me to dinner. Oh, Wendy, I'll bring you to dinner. No problem. You like burritos with hot dogs inside, right?
like hot dogs. Yeah, hot dogs.
Yeah.
refried,
Yeah, hot dogs.
refried,
That's
refried
how
beans and
man
cheese with hot
evolved.
dogs.
He used to make pemmicans so that it was travelable. But now we have hot dogs, so it's a little bit. We made it. That's how we evolved.
Hmm.
You can put anything you want in there, man. Some of them have like a good amount of greens in them these days. He wants me to look at his text. Well, I'm on Do Not Disturb. That's because I'm live. Why don't you just join up and tell me, Noelle? Let me send her the link. That'll be even better.
Well, this uses way less power than YouTube Live. I can tell you that because I only started with like 70 something percent. I still got 47, and we haven't been plugged in at all, and we're been on here for a while. It's way friendlier to the cell phone.
Am I still here?
Yep.
Am I still
Oh
here?
yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay.
The full moon is upon us, or it was last night or 2 nights ago. It's passing now.
It's got a few days of influence. Anyway, off grid, man. What
Yeah.
did you just say? You just said something that I wanted to talk about, man.
The battery time on StreamYards is way less than on YouTube. That
Okay. Yeah, exactly. So that's when I was sending that link, right? Now, what I was thinking is, what I hate to tell you is, what does that mean? Why are they using more? Why are they throttling more of your data from your phone into the
so
cloud?
much more.
Because now stuff is in the cloud anyway, right?
I don't know if it's resolution or what, but it's way
They're just
more. It's like
they're
three
using you.
times more. Yeah, 3 times more
They're
data
using you.
they're sucking from every carrier, every phone. Yeah.
Right. So I'm saying like one of them is using you to some level, one of them is tripling it, but they're using you in the way that in the old school like DARPANET and the connections, people had to turn on their phones and leave nodes and packets open that other people could hop on. But they're not asking you anymore, except that they say agree to our terms and conditions. Now they
Now
use
they're
your phone to
using your
grab data
bandwidth.
whole, and then they pull it up into the cloud where they're throwing your stuff before they throw it down to us anyway. You know what I mean? But they're using your space and they're basically mining data, crypto, or just clips, just bits and bobs of bits and bytes.
Yeah. Yeah, they think that their data's
They're
worth.
just mining you.
They think my data's worth something. My information of how I operate as a user or whatever. Like, is that worth anything, Joe? Like, to who
Nothing's worth
and
anything
why?
unless the dude is asking you. You
I mean,
know, when the
everybody
guy's
wants to
asking you
know.
wants it. You know.
The grocery store, you got to be a club member. The gas station, everybody wants to track you, like, and see what you do
Yeah.
as a consumer. They think it's like
Not my expertise, man.
helps them make more money. They think, but it's totally crazy. All that.
I mean, it's kind of like a bank, you know. You give them money and they use it to make more money, but they're using your money to make more money. So if you ask for it, it's not really available until the end of that. So, but these, you volunteer in. They probably just use your phone for a few kilobytes of data, and that adds up over the millions that they have,
Yeah, the
and they
faster
crypto
connection you
mine
have,
or whatever.
the more they'll take from you. Right? The more bandwidth.
Well, unlimited isn't real. Like there's fine print. Unlimited is not a real answer. You know what I mean? Like that's just a marketing term,
Yeah,
unfortunately.
eventually. In my area, unlimited is unlimited pretty much, like, because there's not enough users. But certain times of day, there is a little network congestion, and they'll slow me down because they just sent me a message while we were on this live right here that said I hit 100 gigs of data just now, like a little while ago
Right.
for the
Right.
month. For the month.
Warning, you're using your unlimited data. Who cares? It's unlimited. Who cares? I'm not counting it.
Right, but they didn't
Yeah,
shut
they
me
will
off
slow
or
you
nothing.
down and knock you. They'll knock you down when they need it, right? And like you said,
Yeah.
if they do planned if they do planned brownouts, blackouts, whatever of electricity, all hell is going to break loose. Maybe. Now, remember, they said, we're just going to go ahead and say, if you won't work with me, I'll shut down the government for 17 days. Everybody thought the, fucking fire was going to come out of the ground that day, too, but it didn't. So maybe just hold on for a second and just take a step back. Maybe you're not going to just explode, It's okay.
Well, I
It's
got
okay.
solar panels. I got solar panels and batteries, and like 4 VCRs and a whole shitload of
There
tapes.
you
Like,
go.
I'm pretty set for a while. Rain
Oh,
collection.
I'll get you VCRs for free. I'll be just like pulling them out of there's a lot of them in Pennsylvania for one. That's only what I'm familiar with. Think about good Lord, think about Burbank, California. How many VCRs do you think there are in Burbank, California, where they have all those news crews and all that shit?
Probably a lot, man.
Jesus, we'll never run
And
out. We'll never run out of that.
some of the nicer neighborhoods might be where you find the really good stuff, the DVHS players and stuff.
Right, right. I got all kinds. They mess up here and there. What are you eating? Oatmeal or cereal?
Chocolate ice cream.
Oh wow. Oh damn, chocolate ice cream. I thought it was cereal. I thought he was eating like some oats and whatever.
No,
Chocolate ice cream sounds pretty
I had
damn
an
good.
impulse. I smoked all that bud, and then I got the munchies.
I won't eat ice cream. I won't eat commercial ice cream because of the glycol, which I worked in the airport, so glycol is it's antifreeze. So I won't eat commercial ice cream. I make my own.
Yeah, it's
That's
real
just
good. I
one of
like
my little
homemade.
tiny quirks.
Yeah, homemade ice cream's great. I can remember
No, I
making it
just make
on.
it in a bag. I just do a
I can
shake.
remember
I just do
making
a
it
shake in a
on.
bag. It's not great.
I remember one you just had to crank the handle because it didn't have a motor.
Yeah.
So we'd take turns
Yeah.
cranking it. You had to crank it for like a half
Yep.
an hour or a little more.
So my grandparents, my mother's parents in West Virginia, they had a commercial dairy farm, but only for a short period of time because they were like, what the fuck? They were like, this is a 140-hour a week job for both of us or whatever. And they were like, no, So they had like the antique big wooden barrel crank, that you put the big rock salt all around and you do. And so at home in my mother's house, just for legacy, we had like a tiny one. But what I'm
Mm.
saying is the only thing I do, it's what we call ice milk because I just use a double bag method where you get one bigger bag with ice and salt in it, and then you get a smaller bag with whatever kind of milk and sugar and whatever you want, and then you just shake them until it stiffens up. Not like the crank, no. That's why we call it ice milk because it's still loose. But I just cannot consume glycol because when I was a little kid, I saw people kill rodents and shit with antifreeze because it tastes basically like Dr.
Yeah,
Pepper.
dogs will drink it because it's sweet and they'll die.
It
Yep.
basically tastes like Dr. Pepper. Like I'll attest to it. I've tasted it enough to be like, oh, it really does taste like Dr. Pepper without any carbonation. And so, like I've grown up with that, and so finding out that all the commercial ice cream has glycol in it, and I understand why they do, and I understand that it's just sugar water, but I just don't take it. I just my guts, I keep it out. I
Mm.
make my sacrifices when I eat shit like corn that I can't really process. I eat popcorn, which I love, which is worse. But I'll make those
Yeah,
sacrifices instead of something else.
yeah, a lot of water plants will add sodium fluoride to the water.
Yeah.
And it's got skulls and crossbones right on the bag. I used to deliver that stuff to water plants. I'm like, why? There's no
Yeah.
national mandate that says that it has to be in the water. So why are they putting it in the water?
Well, yeah, but it is just a salt, and that's the thing. Like, yes, it's
Well,
skull and crossbones. That's how
it's
a lot of
naturally,
people.
yeah, it's naturally occurring, in a lot of drinking
Well,
water. But
so a lot of those, like in the past, like people who actually got away with sort of, killing off their infants and stuff, they use stuff like salt water because it's not detectable in that way. You know what I mean? They're not looking for that chemical. And so, yes, it is completely dangerous and it'll kill you and it's caustic chemical. But, at the same time, people put more of it on a Pizza Hut slice, which makes me, gag. I'm like, what the hell are you doing? Like a Pizza Hut slice is literally salty enough. What are you putting more on for? You're making me crazy. Ice
oh
cream
yeah,
does
tomorrow's
totally rule, though. I love ice cream.
yeah, ice cream's a shit. There's nothing like a bowl of ice cream. Yeah,
And people who have other ways to deep freeze, they don't have to put antifreeze in. You know what I'm saying? Like like old school Pakistani ice cream or Turkish ice cream, shit like that. They don't use antifreeze in it. I'm cool with that. I'm good with that. But like most of all of the European Union root beer is literally a carcinogen. That's what they say. You know what I mean? So we have a different world. We have to be careful because nobody's looking out for us. Like organic doesn't mean anything in how many states on the label. It really doesn't mean anything. You can do whatever you want. No, there's no agency. There's no
yeah.
agency
The
to check.
grocery store here said it's organic if the farmer says it's organic. That's because somebody asked them.
Right.
They said, "Well, how do you know that your products that you sell in your store are organic?" They said, "If the farmer says it's organic, it's organic."
And there's
So
no the state doesn't give a shit. There's no like New Mexico mandate that enforces that. There's no white coats that show up and stick their meat thermometers in and give a fuck. It's not a real thing. It's just a label. It's advertising.
yeah, yeah, it's hard to know what you're getting, unless you know the farmer personally or you grew it yourself. It's hard to
Organic
guarantee
means
what you're.
carbon based,
Yeah, well,
so it really means nothing in our world.
we're organic, just
That's what I'm saying.
non.
Like organic means carbon based. It means nothing in our real world. Nothing.
Mhm.
Yo,
It's
man,
non
I
manipulated with synthetics and chemicals and shit.
you know what? If one of these kids goes to the psychiatrist, you know what I'm gonna tell him? I'm gonna say, sir, when you get them in a private room, they might say a bunch of shit. But I'm gonna tell you something. These kids were certified ethically raised. Certified ethically raised. I guarantee. And then I'll say, now get in them. They were ethically raised.
So I saw this story. It was funny. So this guy, he's all wandering around all over his job site looking for his coworker, and he's having trouble finding him. And then so he finally finds him, and the guy's taking a nap. And when he wakes him up, he tells him, he said, "Well, he's like a good worker is hard to find."
Oh, that means the onus is on you. You want a good worker, you better come find me. I'll be napping somewhere. I got you.
Right? He's hard to find. You can't find him.
He's hard to find.
Where he was hiding.
Yeah.
That's always funny.
Man, that sounds like that one my kids were telling me about these, I don't know, some kind of heist or kids that shouldn't have been in the barn, and so they decided to hide up in the, vegetable sacks or whatever. And the guy, there was three kids hanging in the vegetable sacks, and he kicks the one, and the kid's like, and he's trying to be quiet, and then he kicks the second one, and the kid's like stifling and trying to be quiet, and he kicks the third one, and the kid says, "Potatoes." Dad joke.
Dad joke.
Minnie's not really gonna go live, Wendy. You see? I don't know what happened. I hope everything's okay.
9:30 in my time. 11:30 your time. There you go.
Right. Wendy, did you see that card that he made on his live last night? That's the one that's coming to me. It's already in the mail. It's a juggler, like a vintage a Barnum and Bailey poster with the juggler, and the other juggler's looking through, or the other clown, I guess, is looking through the back cage. But anyways, check that out. And what did he say? He said, somebody said these are WERE, like were, with no apostrophe. I don't know if that's true or not. I didn't fact check. I just did whatever. I just printed. Is there? No, you can't see that shit. Never mind. Never mind. You missed last night. It's still up. That's what I'm saying. Check it out. That's the card that's coming to me. It's the mini juggler. And then there's like another clown like looking behind the curtain. And so there's this, like, I don't know what you call it. You know what I mean? Like a growth pattern of a tree where, like, the one guy's laying this way, the one guy's laying this way. So the layout of it is really pleasing, having them split up like that, It's natural. Nice use of positive, negative space, layout, and all that good shit. All that good illustration shit. Fantastic. I couldn't do it. Anyways, I got to look at this button in the light and figure out if there is a problem. Somebody said there was. I never looked at it because it's not my point, I just printing.
Hell yeah.
More expensive. No, it means carbon based. That's what I'm saying. It's all organic, man. I ate some organic paper planes yesterday.
Right? Anything living is organic. Yeah.
So I got something called, and I don't know if you've ever heard of this. It was called Canadian sour cream. It's in our mostly, I would say, Lebanese market. And it was called Canadian sour cream. I was like, well, I don't know what Canadian sour cream is, but I know it's dairy based and it's $4. That means there's a lot of protein in it. So we bought it. And it's got a Russian on it. You know what I mean? Like
What's the
stereotypically
import?
cartoonish
What's the
Russian.
import tax on that shit?
I don't know, but we only paid a couple bucks, so I don't care. That's where you go. That's why we go to the ethnic markets, right? Because you find stuff in the corner that's so much cheaper. You find mascarpone. That's
Yeah.
if I go to the Italian place, you know what that costs in a can, right? It's like $16, right? It's a cheese. It's just ricotta, but a little bit better for you, a little bit low fat or whatever. It's an Italian thing. I go to the Italian place, it's $16. Over there, it's $5 because they're Lebanese. They're still in the Mediterranean. They still have the same shit. They got pistachios and dates and figs and cheese and all that bullshit too, But anyways, so-called Canadian sour cream has a picture of a very Russian cartoon guy. And then I get it and taste it, and I'm like, well, there's no salt in this shit at all. Like that's the difference between this and sour cream, you know, zero. So it's really cool because now I figured out you can put it on real thin and then season it yourself. And then it tastes like delicious and you don't have like a big thick part of it. You know what I mean? So it's just, we just bought it for the price. Literally like protein per dollar. Like we're literally looking at it like soldiers ourselves.
Nice.
Minnie is
yeah.
live. I'm gonna head over there too. I really will. I really will. I'm not gonna be you know, non-cordial and we have to say goodbye properly, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna
So
jump off
yeah.
here, Joe. But we had a good time
Cool.
tonight.
All
I
right.
appreciate you. And
And
we'll see you
but
on
I
the next
must
one.
say, I did not get the notification, so that's not cool. It's been all weekend plus.
You betcha. See you, Joe.
Probably this one, my StreamYard, that's the first people, you know, got notifications. But I'm gonna go join Minnie in the chat right now for support. Who's coming up? It's too late.